I really want to know about it.
So he's energizing metal buildings, and who knows what dollars are doing with it. So we need to.
Can we get together after the hearing later this afternoon?
Yeah,
I wanted to get you guys together to talk about transitioning the licensing folks. And
Oh, okay.
pick a date and process and let your staff know.
I'm glad you're okay with that. Yeah, because it did.
I know, so let me talk to you. We'll talk to her. And find out.
You're an hour early.
Oh. Are y'all ready? Or you are? Okay.
Let me know what she says and I'll tell you.
Good morning, everyone. The time is 9 a.m., contrary to what you may see on the clock in the back of the room. Today is Wednesday, March 3rd. No, today is not March. It's March 20th, 2024. Okay. All right. That's all right. We're here. We know what day it is. I hereby call this hearing to order. At these hearings, we follow an agenda. The first item on the agenda is the call to order. We've done that. The next item on the agenda is the pledge to the flag, so I'd like to ask if you join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
If any person decides to appeal any decision made by the Code Compliance Special Master with respect to any matter considered at this public hearing, he or she will need to ensure that a verbatim record of the proceedings is made, which record shall include the testimony and evidence upon which the appeal is to be based.
Okay. The next item on the agenda is reviewing and approving the minutes from the February 2024 hearing. I have reviewed the minutes. Are there any proposed objections or modifications to the minutes as currently formulated? All right, I don't hear any. I'll go ahead and approve the minutes.
Staff update, abated and continued cases are listed out front.
Okay. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, again, good morning. My name is Christian Waugh. I'm a licensed Florida attorney acting as what is called a special master. That's a fancy title created by law, but what it means is that Citrus County has hired me to preside over this hearing. When your case is called, please come forward and you will be placed under oath. If you are appearing at a hearing like this for the first time, I will state the alleged violation and allow the county to present its case first. You will then have an opportunity to present your case regarding the violation, which may include evidence if you wish. I should mention that the reason why I allow the county to present its case first is because I don't know why you're here until I hear from the county first. You may want to, jump in, but I encourage you to just let the county present its case so I know what they're talking about, and then we'll get to your side. During this process, the county attorney's office or myself may have questions of the parties, witnesses, or staff. I will ask if there are any members of the public who wish to speak, and if there are, such members of the public will have one opportunity to speak per case. Such right to speak is not unlimited, and public comment should be focused on the case and made as succinctly as possible. It is not an appropriate forum for insults. In most instances, if you are found guilty of a violation, the law requires that you be given a time to comply before any fine starts. You must fix the violation by the date that I give, or the fine will accrue for each day that you remain in violation. The law then allows Citrus County to impose that fine as a lien on all real or personal property that you own, and the county may even foreclose on that lien or seek money judgment against you after the lien has been recorded for 3 months. This is important because I may not give you another date to appear before me, and therefore you likely will not have another opportunity to plead your case or to explain why you didn't comply with the county law. In all cases in which I find someone guilty of a violation, I will impose all costs required by county law or regulations, which I incorporate as a standard provision in all my orders. But if you fix the violation in the time allotted, that cost will remain minimal. If I find you guilty of a violation and allow for a continuance of your case, you'll be required to return on a certain date. In the time between hearings, I will require that you comply with the county and its laws in order to consider the violation resolved. If your violation is not resolved by that next date, I may impose a fine for each day of the violation from today's date forward. You do have the right to appeal any order I make today as provided by law. Thank you.
First cases on today's agenda. Deer Park LLC, case numbers 2023-01-373, 2023-01-374, 2023-01-375, 2023-01-376, 2024 00021, 2024, 2022, 2024, 23, and 2024, 24. Code Officer Julie Wilkinson, pages 11 through 18 of your agenda. Expert on the case, certified building official, and building director Sam Acosta.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
Julie Wilkinson, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer. This is case numbers C 2023-01373, 23-01374, 23-01375, 23-01376, 24-00021, 24-00022, 24-00023, and 24-000.
Bless you. Bless you. My goodness.
The address for this case is 5388 West Hunter Run Lane in Homosassa, 9297 South Deer Park Drive, 9364 South Deer Park Drive, 9370 South Deer Park Drive, 5389 West Hunter Run Lane, 5411 West Hunter Run Lane, 5454 West Hunter Run Lane, and 5455 West Hunter Run Lane. I have good service via signed certified mail receipt for all of them, except for I had to post the property at 9297 South Deer Park Drive. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request they be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A, photos taken during initial inspection on December 27th, 2023. Photos from a corrective action inspection on February 5th, 8th, and 19th, 2024. Photos from my final inspection conducted on March 19th, 2024, and a copy of the stop work orders. Exhibit B, copy of the notices of violation, a copy of the notices of hearing, a copy of the general pre-hearing order, a copy of the signed certified mail return receipts, a copy of the notice of hearing posted on the property, and a copy of the posting affidavit.
So let's just take a second here. So there's I think it's 8 cases, and it's all for the same type of, same code section at any rate. And,
Yes.
and you have exhibits A and B in each case?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are the dates of the photos the same for all 8 cases?
No.
Okay. So are you only presenting on the first case right
No,
now?
I'm presenting on all of them.
Okay, so the dates I had were December 27th for the initial inspection.
So, yeah, the initial inspection is the same for all of them.
Okay,
I have for the corrective action inspection, it's going to be February 8th for case number 01373, 00021, 00022, 00023, 00024. The corrective action inspection is February 19th for case 01374. And the corrective action inspection is February 5th for cases 01375 and 01376.
okay, now I understand. Thank you.
Okay.
Is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on any of these 8 cases? All right, oh. Okay, I'll note that and,
Julie,
Hold on.
they should see those photos.
Oh, if he's the opposing, yeah, he needs those.
No, that's okay.
I'm good. I swear.
To look at them and see if you're in agreement.
Could y'all just say who you are on the record?
Yes, my name is Roger Fotheringham,
Okay,
and I'm the proud owner of the Royal Dalton House and Deer Park Cottages, and I am the developer.
are you an owner of Deer Park LLC?
Yes,
Oh, okay. All right.
Right hand. Right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
yes, I do.
Ms. McKenzie, can you please?
For the record, my name is Brenda McKenzie. I'm with McKenzie Permitting and Consulting. My office is at 7232 East Gospel Island Road in Inverness, and I'm here today as a consultant and to give a little guidance on where we're at with the project.
Okay.
Or these violations.
Okay.
So you're allowed to look at these, and make sure you're in
I know,
agreement.
yeah, they're okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
here's what I was just going to ask is, this is being introduced as evidence in these 8 cases. So I wanted to ask and make sure that you didn't have any objection to them being evidence in this hearing. And if you do, let me know.
No objection.
Okay, thank you. Are you all conceding that there is a violation on the
Yes.
property
Yes,
in all 8 cases?
yes,
What's the county's recommendation?
The Citrus County Code Compliance Division respectfully requests that the special master assess a fine of $300 per day per violation, along with administrative costs to begin after the date you deem sufficient to abate this violation. This amount was selected based on the actions of the property owners once they were advised of the violation. We would also ask that the special master additionally find that it is the respondent's responsibility to contact the Code Compliance Division when the violation has been abated in order to allow for reinspection.
I am going to want to hear more, so let me just take a moment and look through these. I'm going to admit Exhibits A and B in each of the 8 cases without objection, but let me just look through them so that I have an understanding of what we're talking about here. So that I have an understanding, I should say. Okay, I definitely want to hear from the county on this.
On December 28th, I conducted an initial inspection of their structures have been built on the properties. Research was conducted and they found that no permits had been issued. I spoke with Mr. Fotheringham, who's developer for Deer Park Cottages, who stated he knew that there were no permits issued for the properties and that third-party inspectors were conducting the inspections. Mr. Fotheringham also stated that the third party named Absolute.
You mean
Civ-
private providers under the statute? Okay.
Yeah, named Absolute Civil Engineering was gonna be submitting the applications for the permits on December 28th, but that never happened. He also stated that the reason why he went on with the construction of these structures was because he heard a rumor that there was going to be a moratorium. So he wanted to get it started, I guess. So that's why he did that. Stop work orders were issued on January 5th, of 2024, December 28th, 2023, and January 8th, 2024. And then on January 4th, 5th, 8th, and February 2nd, a notice of violation was issued for after the fact. On February 5th, 8th, 19th, and 19th of 2024, I conducted the corrective action inspections, found that the structures remained and no permits had been applied for. And same stands for the final inspection that was conducted yesterday.
And so, Mr. Acosta, I presume that you would testify that there are no permits issued at this point for any of the 8,
Correct.
and that that's a,
More applied for,
okay, and that is a concern for the county.
correct.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to ask you, you mentioned, sir, Royal Dalton. What is Royal Dalton? Was that just a misstatement?
No, it's the complete PUD.
Oh, okay.
And there's an assisted living facility, which is called the Royal Dalton House, which
Okay.
is 76 apartments.
Okay.
It is part of the Deer Park Cottages, and I developed the 76 Deer Park Cottages,
Okay.
of which 62 had been completed as to the
But there's a
state.
PUD in place?
Pardon?
There's a PUD?
Yes, it's a PUD, yes, Planned Unit Development.
Is there
And,
anything in the PUD about permits or,
No.
okay, okay.
Now that, I would like to explain how this permitting situation came upon.
Sure,
In 2019, we started the subdivision of 76 homes for seniors and their cottages, and I hired a contractor by the name of Bill Berry Construction, and he was to build out the homes for me, which he's done 62 of them, and they're brilliant. They are good construction, good construction. He's a great contractor. And then the problem came about when the death of my partner, Judy Brower, who was my partner in the project. She died in 2021 in July. And then 6 months later, I contracted cancer and in December 21. And at that time, Bill Berry came to me. It was decided that we would get building permits, which we did. We applied for the building permits and got permit numbers. And we proceeded to construction.
for these 8?
Yes, for 10 altogether.
Okay.
And there's like
You said there's an application for a permit,
there was, yeah.
so you disagree with what Mr. Acosta said?
I'm not sure what he said. because
I thought Mr. Acosta testified that there were no applications for permits at this time. Okay.
Yeah, the permit numbers. we have a list.
I'm not sure it'll matter, frankly. I mean, but we'll get to that. It might matter for the amount of time that is needed to correct the violation.
We had a list.
Chris, and I was just informed they were applied for but
Yeah.
expired.
Okay,
Yeah,
Thanks.
they had expired, yes.
all right,
Right.
fair enough. That makes sense.
So you're okay then?
Yeah, I mean, so here's what I want to know. How much time do you all need to, well, first of all, what's necessary to bring this property into, I mean, they need to apply and receive a permit. Does that abate the violation?
We
Or-
are,
No, sir, just give
we
me,
have got a
It's
give me a
Mr.
second.
Costa's turn.
I'm just asking the county, what's necessary to abate the violation?
They would have to, I don't know how far they got with respect to approval with the plan review process. But I would like to keep my fingerprints off the entire project by requiring private provider to do the plan review and inspection.
What do you want the private provider to do?
To do the plan review and inspections for when they reapply.
All right. Who's your private provider?
Absolute Engineering.
Okay. Have you worked with Absolute? Are you aware of them
I'm
in
familiar
Citrus
with
County?
them.
Okay.
We've had conversations regarding that topic.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, yeah.
and
Yeah.
that-
Do you have any idea how long it will take you to?
I
do this.
don't know. I had come today to ask for an extension of about 4 or 5 months because we've got, there's certain extensions that, inspections that have to be done. And during that time, the provider is going to work with the permit applications, and hopefully we can get it done within 90 days, 120 days, or whatever,
Well,
you know.
Here's where my confusion's coming from. Because they're using a private provider, and I understand why you're saying what you're saying. I'm kind of thinking to myself, what are the steps here? They have the private provider involved. They give you the plans and/or inspection assurances. And where does that leave us,
If they were to apply for the permit and turn in plans that have already pre-approved by the private provider, that starts a clock of 180 days for them to keep the permit active. And one way of keeping it active would be to submit an inspection report, which if they're gonna create them on paper based on whatever type of non-invasive inspection they do, that would, keep them alive.
Well, the way I would look at it then is that at the time they get the permit, that abates the violation. Because once it
Correct.
expires, If they do anything, they've still got, then that's another violation.
If they don't do any, if they don't act at all?
Yeah, yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Right.
So from the county's perspective, you'd be, so I guess ultimately my question is, at the time that a permit's issued, doesn't that abate the violation? I know what you need to issue a permit. You need the private provider to do what they need to do. But
Right.
doesn't it abate the violation if they receive a permit
Well,
on this?
I guess it would depend on how you do what abates it. I mean, are we looking to complete the project to abate it, or can we look at something as an act of good faith? When they
Well,
apply.
I guess let's look at the code section. Let's just look and see what the code says real quick. 'Cause theoretically, the law tells us the answer to that. Permits required. No person shall erect, construct, enlarge, alter, repair, move, improve, convert, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, without first having obtained a permit therefore. Any person commencing construction for which a permit is required without having first obtained such permit shall be subject to a penalty equal to double the permit fee. So clearly they didn't get a permit before they started. You can't go back in time to do that, but if they get a permit for what is already there, I don't know, to me that abates it, and I think the county still has a check on that, because if things are not done according to plans, if they don't do the work, if the permit expires, then you've got another case against them. That's the way I look at it.
I agree.
Okay. Then what I really need to know is how much time do you need in order to submit, for the private provider to submit what the county needs in order to issue permits?
Can I address that?
Yeah.
Okay, so, I've done an inspection of the property. Some of these are completely done. I mean, ready to move into, pavers, landscaping, beautiful.
Okay.
There's 4 of them, they're just at slab and walls up. I
Yeah.
don't know if that was something that the building department, I understand not wanting to get involved in something that's completely done and they didn't see anything. The ones that, just slabs poured and blocks up, I didn't know if those we could get without private provider, but no problem, I deal with private providers and I understand the process on that. The other point is he's gonna need a licensed contractor because it's in a corporation name, and we are in negotiations on a contractor that wants to come into this. He doesn't wanna continue with the gentleman that had applied for these permits but didn't follow through to actually get them. He
Well,
doesn't.
that's,
So part of it is getting him a contractor that's gonna step into this, and we think we finalized that yesterday. So I believe 6 months would be ample to, the ones that are completed, he's already got private inspections on those.
we don't need to do 6 months on those.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's
Um,
just easier to keep them all at the same time frame.
I won't
but-
do that.
Okay,
Um,
yes, sir.
Based on
It is my.
that wouldn't make sense.
It is my desire to finish this project.
Oh, okay, well, that's good.
I mean,
Um,
we're towards the end of it right now.
Let me ask the county this. I'm not an expert in private provider law. I deal with it as a city attorney in some of my cities, and we have the building official work with them, but things don't always go very well. And so I guess my question to you is, if they don't want to have a private provider, aren't they still required to go through the county?
Yeah,
And doesn't
yeah.
the county have to do inspections?
He's okay with private provider though.
Right, yeah, that's, there's other, first of all, the Florida Building Code does not have any avenues for addressing after-the-fact work.
Right,
There's none exist.
yeah.
So that's why when I'm in these situations, I pretty much require that they handle it through a private provider. Because I don't want homeowners calling me with faults and, our fingerprints on it. I want to totally wash my hands of the project.
The ones at block stage though, so all the inspections from there forwards, Mr. Costa, would be by the private provider also? Okay,
Correct.
okay, gotcha.
And the plans review.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah, because
I got
all
it.
of these are going to have to be reapplied for, even the
Okay.
ones that are totally finished.
So
Right.
are you saying that if the county wanted, it could require the demolition of these things because there was no permit? Because, and also no way to approve it after the fact?
I don't have any experience with that, but it's possible. Yeah, it's possible.
That's
They
interesting.
could. If
Okay.
they just absolutely refuse to, show no interest in abating the project, then I would venture to say that would be an option.
I want to avoid reaching that question.
not my
And
intent-
so,
that's
so
not my
if you,
intention.
because frankly, I'd have to talk to the county attorneys about this
Yeah.
in detail. But it sounds like you're going to use a private, well, that's going to make things a lot easier.
Yes.
Okay.
I have
So-
one question. Who would issue the CO, the certificate of occupancy? The private provider? I know plans review, I know inspections, but the
Right.
CO would be?
The CO still comes from us,
Okay.
which I'd love to see
Okay.
that law changed, but
Okay,
it's-
okay, I gotcha. Because if you did no inspections, didn't review the plans or anything, but you still issue
And I
the
find
CO.
All right, let me
Yeah.
cut to the chase. So, on the ones that look, okay, so on case
You know which
number
ones.
Yeah.
2023-01376, is that a case number?
Yes.
Okay. That one looks pretty much done.
Yes,
Would 3 months be enough on that?
yes,
Okay.
We actually had a private provider yesterday inspect that one.
All right,
yeah.
so I'm gonna give 3 months on that one. I'm only, normally I issue an order all at once, but I need to organize this, so that one's done. 1374 looks pretty close.
Yep,
I'll do 3 months on that one. Unless the county has an immediate health, safety, sanitary concern that you want me to force it in 14 days or something.
I don't think that there's any safety hazards.
No one's living
that don't
there.
That don't exist through the normal construction
Okay,
process.
I agree.
anyway.
All right. Case number 1375 looks the next ready, and 1373. Is 3 months enough on those, or do you need
I'm not
4?
familiar with,
Do you have the addresses on those?
Yes,
73?
9364 South Deer Park.
9364?
yes, that would be, 90 days is good,
Is it, yeah, that's what I'm asking.
yeah.
Okay.
And then 1375, do you have an address for that one, sir?
I'm sorry, 1375 was 9364 South Deer Park.
Okay.
And 1373 is 5388 West Hunter Run.
5378 West
this one.
Hunter Spring. This one, can you see that one?
Yes.
Is that one, that one's not, that one drywall?
No, no.
I don't see
that is
drywall.
framed, yes, that's
Yeah,
framed.
that- I
And
don't think
90
you-
days
I don't think you could do that.
to get
Oh,
the,
get the permit? Okay, yeah, get the permit,
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
sir.
we can get the permit.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm asking.
Yes,
All
I
right.
gotcha.
Okay. On case number, and then the rest, it's just block.
Yes.
So how much time do you need on those?
To get the permit?
Yeah.
I would say 90 days again, I think.
I would like an additional at least 30 days, just.
Okay,
if-
I'll grant on case numbers 24-21, 24-23, 24-22, and 24-24, 120 days to get the permit.
Okay.
But otherwise, I'm going to incorporate all the requests of the building official here, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, and so if it's not brought into compliance as ordered, I would have a $300 a day fine, just because this is,
I'm relying, I'm relying upon the third-party inspectors. He's been working quite well with me, and gradually getting them to the CO stage. So we just did 2 yesterday, the final that we were required to do, and they came out good. And we should get a report in the next day or 2.
But I'll need to have a blueprint that he can stamp, and I guess I hand him in hard copy. It'll be with a contractor, T&G Construction, looks like it's gonna be the contractor, so, I mean. I
I'm
still have to get
optimistic
blueprint.
that with this
Okay,
amount of time, y'all will
Okay.
be able to get it done.
I gotcha.
I have a question.
Just to clarify, it's $300 a day each case.
Correct, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I adopt the county's proposed
$300.
findings and recommendations on this.
$300 a day fine if we don't.
If it's not, the permit's not issued in the time allowed
Right.
on any of the, yeah.
Okay.
Just the permit issued.
I
Okay?
think we may have people from the public.
Oh, I thought I asked. Is there anyone else from the public who wishes to speak? Sorry, yeah, oh, goodness. I asked and didn't see any hands, so I welcome.
So we
Sir,
sit-
ma'am,
we
if you
sit
would
down.
take a
We sit
seat,
down.
before I
We sit down.
finalize my order, so I won't make the order final. Of course, it's not final until I sign it. Bless you. I welcome people from the public who want to be heard on this.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Can you please state your name?
Edward Downey. I live on 5373 West Hunter Run Lane,
That's right in the neighborhood.
right in the neighborhood. I'm a relatively new homeowner that moved there 2 years ago, bought a used home. I'm here to express just my concern at this process having not been completed with many of these homes. One directly across the street as was pictured, and so obviously the concrete block ones directly next door to me are an eyesore and a problem. It's affecting resales in our development, and it's affecting the values of our homes because of this extended time in completing this project. I will state on behalf of the developer, an excellent quality home, well-built. Mine is an example that I'm very pleased with, and I think many of the other residents are. But this process just has grown and grown, and continued for such a long time. And even to the point where we've heard lots of things as homeowners, where the county had no department anymore for permitting and all that. They had fired their whole department. They bought a new computer system. It's crashed. The developer had been submitting things, and then there's been said no record of such. It just gives me a lot of concern as a homeowner, and that's why I'm here to present it. But on behalf of the developer, an excellent home, well done, and I don't see any issues that during the construction of the existing ones, we will find any problems. It's just this process that I've heard as a homeowner that between county issues as well as developer have been creating a lot of problems. And we don't know what the truth is with regards to some of it. So that's my concerns.
Okay, well, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, thank you.
And your name, please?
My name's Marcella Molnar. I live at 9363 Deer Park Drive with my husband Paul, who's with me. And we live across the street from, I don't know those numbers, but 9370 and 9364. And we've been looking at those for, I don't know, over a year. I don't know when they started. This is the second stop work order we've seen on the garage door. We actually came down here last week because we've been frustrated with the rumors and the lack of transparency from, what we've been able to understand. I'm going to second a lot of what Ed said about the eyesore, the property value, those concerns. I want to also add that I'm concerned about the hazard as hurricane season approaches because of the fact that last year the homes across the street from us did not have garage doors and there was debris in front of the homes, and so our neighbor to that side, I don't know if north or south, was shoving things into the garage because, Hurricane Idalia was coming. We got lucky. So I wanted to express that I'm concerned about that. I'm also concerned about the elderly that are trying to move into these homes who have expressed to me that they have lost a spouse before they had the ability to move in. Also, furniture is being moved into the house across the street from us. We saw it. I thought we had new neighbors. I was excited and found out that no, they were just allowed to store their furniture in the home before it was done. There's no landscaping on that house, but on the outside it appears to be done. That's 9370. Roger has permitted that couple to move into one of his homes graciously, so they are in their 90s, however. He's 95 and she's 90, and they're still waiting. And so it's very stressful for many of us. Most of us, it's a 55 community, but I think I might be one of the younger ones, but most of us are in our 70s, 80s, and 90s. So that's my concern. I'm concerned about them. Also, I have heard that people have, and hearsay, I know, people have been allowed to move in without a certificate of occupancy. We are concerned about what if something happens, a bankruptcy, unforeseen death or something like that, what's going to happen to our community? And who is responsible? And some of these probably don't fall under this, but who is responsible for things like the sidewalks and the drains and things like that? But we love our community, we love our neighbors, and we are grateful to be there. But this was a concern that I just didn't want to keep seeing and not know the truth. So I'm really grateful to be here today to hear, and some of us can't hear real well. So if people that come up here can speak up, we'd appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And your name, please?
Rita Ochapenti. I live at 5435 West Hunter Run Lane. I purchased my house in May of 2022. I received the closing notice on February the 16th, 2023, and I moved in that day. And they had told me to go to closing that day, that the contractor was on his way to get the CO. And I closed, I paid cash with the sale of my old house, and I didn't get a CO. So I questioned them. Well, since Spectrum is with our HOA fee, I was there for 5 weeks. And when I called Spectrum, they said, we can't, your address doesn't exist. So I was there for 5 weeks. So the bad thing is, when I bought this house, it was the only house there. There were nothing, just empty lots. We had the walls up, the roof, and the framing. I thought we would get in a few months, but it took 9 months. In the meantime, my husband passed away. He didn't get to the new house. So I questioned the contractor, Mr. Berry, about the house to the west of me, because I have one to the east and one to the west. And the one to the west of me, they put the slab down, and it was so high up. It's like 4 feet. And I thought, I'm gonna flood out, because I'm like sitting in a hole. No, engineers, everything is fixed. Don't worry about it. Well, they did have a pipe burst in the back because of the well water that waters our yard. But that's okay. It washed the dirt out from under the sod, but I can live with that. But the front porch is next to my front porch. The erosion off of that front porch is so deep, it's so wide. It came within 2 feet. This is a rain within 2 feet of my door. When we had that hurricane coming, I'm 86 years old. I have no husband now. We were married 62 years, and I lose my husband. So I went across the street where there's another house they're working on. I got bags. I used some of their dirt. They had white sand out there. I dragged them across the street to put in front of my door. By the grace of God, we did not get the hurricane, but I swear, I think if we did, I would have been flooded. And I wanted them to put, and I have talked to Roger, written notes. Here's for Bill, Barry. This is for you, Roger. I need a retainer wall, a small retainer wall, so that when the rain hits, it can go down to the street, because we're elevated a little bit off the street. They did one across the street because the new house had an air conditioner, and they didn't want that to get flooded. But this water comes diagonally across my porch. It sits by my garage. Since that land is lower, the water sits there. My foundation's gonna get destroyed. I need some kind of help. I bought this house brand new. I have over $360,000 in it. And I can't get anywhere. I paid for the house at that closing. I have no leg to stand on because I don't have to pay anymore. I don't owe anybody. And I'd appreciate very much if somebody could please help me. The homes are beautiful. They're well constructed, like Mr. Downing said. They are well constructed. But getting this done, has been going on for over a year and a half now. And those houses on either side of me, they're the ones with just the walls up. I don't know, they've been there over a year and a half, and nothing has been done. I've called the county too, and they're helping me. I haven't seen anybody yet, but I have pictures, I have videos of the water running across my porch, sitting beside the garage door, the pictures of the erosion next door. I could see under that slab in that house on the west side of me. That's how deep it ran off that porch. So I appreciate anything you can do for us.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there anyone else from the public who wishes to speak on any of these 8 cases? All right. I'm going to maintain the order because I think that's a reasonable amount of time to make sure that the private provider gets the plans done, gets it to the county. Yeah. Oh, we got another.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
And your name, please?
My name is Paul Molnar. I live at 9363 South Deer Park Drive. I just want to clarify on the dates that were mentioned in the beginning. We're the third owner in the house, so instead of it being 2019 that the project was started, it was 2017. I just wanted to clarify that date.
Okay. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks. Is there anyone else? Okay.
I'm slow, but I'm getting.
Well, hey, take your time.
Other hand.
Right.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
And your name, please?
Marlene Groff.
Thank you.
I live at 9184 South Deer Park Drive. The thing I'm concerned about, now everybody says they're going to do this and they're going to do that. Are we going to get the permits and the okays in time, or are they going to be dragged out? That's the problem I'm concerned about, because the whole time along with all these houses going, they keep saying, well, this house is going to go, and then it's delayed. I'm just wondering if the county is going to work with the builder or Roger to get these things done on time so that nobody delays it by any time. Shouldn't there be some kind of moratorium put on that they should have their permits submitted?
So you have the right to have public input and to let me know what you think about the case. And I don't know that I can answer all your questions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to issue an order, but I welcome any input that you have on the cases.
Okay, well, I hope that they kind of run together so that one doesn't hold the other one up and it drags on for a month or 2 months, and then the other one gets back, behind, and then some fine comes along and gives it to the builder and then it slows the whole mess down again. We just want to get it over with because, like everybody said, it's a great development.
Yeah.
But we want to get it finished.
Yeah.
I'm one of the old people, so.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there anyone else from the public who wants to be heard on this case? Absolutely, sure. You have that right. Good morning.
My name's Karen Elder.
Ma'am, I need to swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
And please state your name.
Karen Eldert.
Thank you.
Now, I thought you all said this was a senior community. I'm just not seeing it, but
Yeah, I'm not going to state my age because my body tells me. I moved in Deer Park in September, and with Bill Barry, I cannot communicate with him. I had trouble with my hot water tank. I would call Bill, he would come and do the gadget outside. Took him 4 months to replace it. I had to go out in the mornings and learn how to turn the switch on to get hot water. My son wouldn't even come and see me till I had hot water. The 2 trees and the grass has been dead since I moved in. And that's in September. There's a hole there that I'm filling in with gravel. Took me 2 hours because of the drainage. I want assurance from Roger that he's going to replace the grass, I'll take care of the trees, and fill that hole in. I don't want to communicate with Bill Berry. Every time I did, it was MF this, MF that. I got tired of it. So my question is Bill Berry still the contractor, or is Roger getting somebody else?
I do regret, ma'am, that kind of exceeds the scope of the hearing here. We're here to determine, and I've already determined that there's a violation of the code. I'm going to issue a fine for every day that the permit, that they don't have a permit after a certain amount of time. The relationship between the contract, I encourage you to either seek legal counsel or to, take that up with the developer.
Well, I have permits and everything, and Roger, I hope we improve better.
All right. Is there anyone else from the public who wishes to be heard and has testimony related to the cases? Thank you.
Apologize for being slow.
We'll join the club.
Sir? Over here. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you, sir.
My name is Dave Groff. My wife was just up, but she neglected to tell you what the real issue is here. The issue seems to be that Roger has moved ahead with construction without permits being okayed. Now, as I recall, a couple of years ago, a county inspector told them that the permits were approved and that they could go ahead with construction on the houses. Then, all of a sudden, the county got their underwear in an uproar and decided that they were going to fire the inspector and they were going to come down on Roger because of the fact that he proceeded without the permits being approved. Now, the truth of the matter is, a county official told us that the permits were approved. The county seems determined not to take any responsibility in this, and it upsets me that we're sweeping all that under the rug. That's the whole issue here. It doesn't have anything to do with Rogers building houses. It has to do with the permit office not issuing permits. And the truth of the matter is, if we want the development finished on time, all we have to do is stop payment on the checks on the people that work for the permit office, and I guarantee you that the development would be finished because the permits would be issued and we'd be able to get our job done. That's all I have to do.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Is there anyone else from the public who wants to be heard on this case?
Am I allowed to speak again?
I wouldn't, but I mean, if you think it'll affect, if you think it, no, please, I mean, don't take it from me. If you think it'll affect my ruling, then I encourage it, but.
The last gentleman had a good point, and I love this building department. I permitted throughout the state of Florida. But there was a building official that's no longer employed at the county that was doing inspections on the side. And now Mr.
Who was that?
Wasn't it JT? JT or JD?
Okay. If you don't know, you don't know.
Anyhow, so he did think he had permits and had a county guy come out doing inspections on the side. He's no longer employed with the county, and now Roger's trying to get everything picked up and going and starting fresh with a new builder. It's a beautiful community. I mean, I can't believe all the things he puts in.
I don't know that excuses expired permits. I mean, you get permits and you know how long you have to build and
I
they
understand.
expire. Yeah.
Believe me, I understand that. Just the point is, He thought he had permits, he thought he had a builder, and he thought he had inspections, got cancer and was sick.
Yeah.
Anyhow, we're just moving ahead. He's
Yeah.
gonna do a good job, and we want to be a good neighbor. He's proud of what he's done there, and he wants to get it done and done right. Thank you.
All right,
That's all I
thank
have
you.
to say.
Is there anyone else from the public who wants to be heard and has testimony relevant for the cases? All right. I'm going to stand by the orders. I think that the public is well heard by both the county and the builder on this. And what I'm going to do is issue written orders that if the permits are not obtained in a certain amount of time, there's going to be a hefty fine. The margins on these construction projects are not big enough to survive this kind of a fine if it goes on for very long. So I think that there's a strong incentive to comply and get this done, whatever the reasons may have been. It sounds like there's enough good faith here, I think, to get this thing done. So thank you all. That'll conclude the Deer Park hearing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case on today's agenda, Homosassa Shrimp Incorporated, case number 219-2488. License and Compliance Officer Keith Garner. Page 21 of your agenda, expert on the case, Sam Acosta.
Keith, do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Wait, y'all don't want to stay for the rest of the hearings? Oh, wow, that's a surprise. Okay.
Ms. Pierce, could you please state your name and your...
Yes, I'm Karen Pierce. It's family business, and what it is, the house was put into the business, and we were just building a deck on the front.
Hold on, they have to
Oh, okay,
Sorry.
that's okay.
Actually, so let me just see if I understand. Are you an owner of the
I'm the
company?
daughter-in-law,
The daughter-in-law of the owner?
yes.
And do you have any ownership interest in the company? Have you been authorized to be here on behalf of the
No,
company?
I'm just here to represent.
Okay, we'll get to that then. All right, thank you. Go ahead.
Randall Keith Garner, License Compliance Officer, Citrus County, case number 219-2488. Chapter 18, Article 1, Section 18-8A, obtain after the fact permits for all construction or modification of the Citrus County Code of Ordinances. Address is 11090 South Seminole Place in Homosassa. Property owner is Homosassa Shrimp, Inc. Good service via posting at the property in Lecanto Government Building and a signed certified mail return receipt. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request they are admitted into evidence. Exhibit A, photos taken during an initial inspection on November 17th, 2023. Follow-up inspection photos taken on January 10th, 2024. A photo at my corrective action inspection on February 13th, 2024. Photos of the property, appraiser site dated January 17th, 2019, and July 20th, 2023, and photo taken at my final inspection on March 19th, 2024. Exhibit B, a copy of the notice of violation, a copy of notice of hearing, a copy of my posting affidavit and photos of the notice of hearing posted at the property, and a copy of the return receipt indicating good service.
All right, so ma'am, I haven't determined whether you have standing or not yet. In other words, as a party. But I would like to ask you to look through these documents and let me know if you have any objection to them.
No, sir. Because it was a business, we needed to get a contractor, a general contractor, which we have done. He submitted, gave us everything yesterday, the blueprints, gave us a permit number and everything to comply with.
Just give me a
Okay.
second. So if you would, take a look at these documents and let me know if you have any objection to them being evidence in this hearing.
No, I don't have any.
Okay. Have you been asked to be here on behalf of
Yes,
the owners of the
by-
company?
yes, I have.
Okay, it's a family business, you said?
Yes, it's family business.
Okay.
And and they just put it in, we didn't realize that, my son lives there, we're just building a deck on it.
Okay.
So we had to get a general contractor and do everything.
All right, fair enough. Let me just put a pause on it while we go through the exhibits here. And all right, so it doesn't sound like there's any objection to the exhibits. Let me just look through this so I have an idea of what's being talked about here. Okay, let me hear from the county on the rest of its case.
On November 17th, 2023, an inspection was conducted at 11090 West Seminole Place, and photos were taken regarding a complaint of construction without a permit. During my inspection, I observed a deck in the back of the house. When I researched the house on the property appraiser's site, I noticed that the new doors and windows had been installed. On my follow-up inspection, a new addition to the deck was being built, and I informed the person to stop the work until the permits are issued. No further work had been done, and the owner has been in contact with me through the process of submitting a permit. Building permit 2024-03706 was applied for with engineer's plans for the deck on March 19th. Expert witness in the case would be Sam Acosta, Citrus County building official.
Bless you. Mr. Costa?
So a permit would be required for this type of, this scope of work.
Have you had a chance to look at the application at all? Okay.
No,
All right. All right. So as far as the county knows, the county doesn't really know if it's sufficient or not at this point. It hasn't been reviewed.
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
No. Yeah, it would have gone to another staff member, but we typically don't have a lot of issues with engineered decks.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. Mr. Garner, have you had any contact with her?
Yes, we
Okay.
actually spoke.
Okay, so you've spoken
Yes,
on
and
behalf of the owner with the county.
And they gave us the permit number yesterday, so
Okay.
everything has been submitted.
How
to
much
the
time do you think
If we could
is-
just get 90 days to get it completed and turned into the county, please.
Probably don't need that much time. It sounds like you've
Okay,
already.
whatever you feel.
Thank you. It sounds like you've already applied, so.
We still have windows and doors to apply for as well.
I see. Okay, okay. Do you think there's a scenario where 90 days isn't enough for assuming they get on the ball and?
60, if you want to give them that. I mean, I'm just saying if, whatever it takes for the process of them to do what they need to do, but they have been working this process as well.
Okay. I will find that there's well, actually, is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? Before I start, I don't see any hands for the record. All right, so I'll grant 90 days from today to abate the violation, find the property is in violation. What's the county's recommendation if it's not brought into compliance as ordered?
The Citrus County License Compliance Division respectfully requests the special master assess a fine of $50 a day, along with administrative costs to begin after the date you deem sufficient to abate the violation. This amount was selected based on the actions of the property owner and when they are advised of the violation. This amount is appropriate given the severity of the violation, the respondent's reactions relative to this violation. We would ask the special master additionally find that the respondent's responsibility to contact the License Compliance Division when the violation has been abated to allow for reinspection.
All right, I'll adopt the county's proposed findings. If it's not brought into compliance within 90 days, get permits for everything. There'll be a $50 fine per day.
No problem.
All right, thank you.
It will be done. Thank you.
Next case on today's agenda, Interpret Homes LLC, case number 2024-00211. Code Officer Amy Becker, page 22 of your agenda. Expert on the case, Land Development Director Joanna Coutu. Okay, we'll go to a different case. We'll do a different one, Amy's not on it. Next case is.
Ms. Becker's not here.
I know,
Then
we'll
we're gonna
we'll
recall.
skip it. I didn't realize she stepped
They're going to
up.
wait for
Sorry.
Ms. Becker to come back.
Okay.
But
Next two cases, Mary S. Penninger, case numbers 2023-01174 and 2023-01182. Code Officer Cody McGuire, pages 27 and 28 of your agenda. Land Development Director Joanna Coutu, expert witness on the case.
Good morning.
Morning.
Joanna? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Your name, please, sir?
I'm her son,
What's your name?
Wayne Penninger.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
All right. Cody McGuire, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer. Case number 2023-01182. Trucks parked in selected land use districts, a violation of Citrus County Land Development Code 3320. And then case number 2023011174, temporary occupancy of a recreational vehicle, a violation of the Citrus County Land Development Code, Section 3140, temporary uses, Table 3-2. The address is 12422 North Rough Point, Denellen, Florida, and the property owner is Penninger Mary S. Good service via posting the notice of hearing on the property, and posting the property at the Canto Government Building. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request they be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A, photos taken during my initial inspections on November 8th, photos taken during a corrective action inspection on February 12th, 2024, and photos of my final inspection conducted on March 19th, 2024. Exhibit B, a copy of the notice of hearing, copy of the notice of violation, copy of the general pre-hearing order, a copy of the notice of hearing posted on the property, and a copy of the posting affidavit.
Okay, and these are photos on those dates for both cases, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, I'd like to ask you to take a look at these documents and let me know if you have any objection to them being evidence in this case.
Okay. Well, sir, I drive a semi, and I didn't get no notice till February 12th. I'm gone most of the time, and I was told the guy came to the house, seen the guy come out of the travel trailer, and I don't know if he left a note on my door, but like I said, I didn't hear anything about this till February 12th. Okay. Prior to this before, one of y'all's worker, I believe it's JC here, he came to my house and suggested to the guy, because the trailer was on Bart Chanel property, and he suggested that guy move his trailer onto my property. And I was wondering, why would he do that? Now I realize what it's all about.
What do you mean?
Because at first the guy wasn't on my property. And then I got sick of the whole situation when I'm gone and what I heard. And then,
All right, I guess we can get into that.
and yes, I've improved the way the yard looks and so on. But like I said, I didn't see no notice. I wasn't informed till February.
We'll get into that too. Do you have any objection to these documents as evidence?
No, sir.
All right. And just so I know, is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? Okay, I don't see anybody. So if there ends up being someone, you're going to have to jump up.
Right now, the only problem I have is trying to get him off my property.
Get what off your property?
The travel trailer, fishbowl trailer.
Okay.
I still had the semi on the property too, but the whole surroundings has been cleaned up.
All right. Thanks. All right, so without objection, what's been proposed as Exhibits A and B in each case will be admitted as evidence. And before I hear more from Mr. Penninger, is it Penninger or Penninger?
Penninger.
Penninger. I want to hear what the county's case is.
Okay. On November 8th, 2023, I conducted an initial inspection and observed the property to be in violation. On November 8th, 2024, a notice of violation was issued for the ordinances listed above. On February 12th, 2024, a corrective action inspection was conducted with no
I
change.
just want to say, I thought you said November 8th, 2024, but maybe you said January 2024.
Oh, it's 2023. I'm sorry.
Okay, gotcha.
November 8th, 2023, a notice of violation was issued for the ordinances listed above.
Okay.
On February 12th, 2024, a corrective action inspection was conducted with no change to the property. I have had contact with the property owner who stated he had lost the key to the semi-truck and that he was trying to get the people removed from his property. As of my final inspection on March 19th, 2024, the property remains in violation.
When you say you spoke to the owner, do you mean Mr. Penninger or someone else?
When I spoke to him, he claimed that he was a property owner.
Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Let me just look through these documents so that I can see what's going on here.
I got a question. Before, when he started this investigation, did he leave a note on my door?
We'll get to that. Let me just look through these documents. Okay, so I see, and what I'm looking for specifically is two things. One, I'm trying to understand what the county sees as the violation, and two, I'm trying to see the evidence of service that exists, and some of that was challenged. Mr. Penninger indicated that he didn't essentially receive a notice of violation.
I was just wondering, maybe the guy ripped it off my door while no one looking. Because he said when he came to the house the one time that he seen the guy walking out. I was just wondering, did he leave a notice then on the door? Or did he other guy rip it off?
How was the notice of violation served?
It was I originally let the pink door hanger taped to the door.
The notice for the notice of violation?
Notice of violation was sent in the mail.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. Okay.
But did you leave one notice, or did you leave 2 or 3?
Hold on
the
a
door?
sec. So you have to address your comments to me in the hearings, and I will go ahead and try to resolve these things. So let's see. I have a copy of the letter, November 8th. It was sent to the address, but it was addressed to Mary Penninger, who I guess is the owner of record. Is Miss Penninger still alive?
No, she's deceased.
She's deceased?
Yeah.
Okay. So it looks uncontested that you have notice of the hearing. I don't know, you're swearing under oath that you put the notice of violation in the mail?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
There should be an article number on the bottom of it.
Well, let's talk about the violations. Let's talk about the violations. So it looks like, according to the photos, that there is something there that's not permitted under the code. I mean, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I understand the travel trailer shouldn't be there.
Is that the only thing subject to this case, the travel trailer?
No, there is a semi that's parked on the property,
And
and the travel trailer was being occupied.
Okay. And you understand about the semi as well?
Yes, I gotta.
Do something with it.
But I got a question. If I build a garage where it's enclosed and it's not an eyesore or anything else, is that a problem? Like in the future?
Well, let me just read the code section. Although I'm sure the county has someone who could tell me much faster.
Yes, Joanna could too.
Yeah, we can't give approval regardless of inside or out of site. I'm sorry, Joanna Coutu, Land Development Director, inside or out of site. And because of the size and the zoning district, I can't get him there with a conditional use or something like that for the truck, unfortunately.
I do see in the code section that it says shall be allowed as a conditional use.
Right, in certain land use districts, he doesn't qualify for the land use district or the zoning. He only has about a third of an acre.
Okay, so conditional use is not on the table.
Not at all,
period.
right.
Period. So that is that. You just can't keep a semi there.
Well, it's just a semi. I got a question. So y'all say it's against the law for me to have a semi, but it's okay for someone to have a big motorhome.
I don't know. I mean, is that permitted in this Well, actually, it's irrelevant. The case here is about a semi, so I don't know. The different zoning districts have different things that are allowed. And it does look, I'm reading the code, it says that trucks, as defined by this LDC, shall be allowed under certain circumstances, and that doesn't exist here. So I don't know that that's, we're just talking about trucks.
But even though if I build a garage for it and it's out of sight,
That's
you're saying
not,
I'm
it's
still
not
not
allowed.
allowed.
It says it's not allowed. It doesn't matter whether there's a garage or not in this area.
but it's okay for a big old motorhome.
I'm not here to look at the other stuff. I mean, are motorhomes allowed on this property?
Not my property, but other neighbors in the neighborhood.
Listen, we're here on your hearing, and there's two code sections here. One has to do with the truck, one has to do with the RV, I guess. It's being occupied, and I guess you've indicated that there's folks in there.
Yes, I already got the paperwork for the tow truck company to come move it, but I'm trying to give them plenty of time to move it. But
And so that's what I need to know. How much time do you need on both of these cases before, I have to give you a time to comply, you know?
Well, I wanted to do, can you give me 60 days, but I'm going to tell them something different. Because they're.
Oh, I don't
putting me
care
in
what
hot
you
water.
I don't care what you tell the people on the property. Is 60 days enough for both of them?
60 days, yes.
What's the county's recommendation?
The Citrus County Code Compliance Division respectfully requests that the special master assesses a fine of $100 per day per case along with administrative costs to begin after the date you deem sufficient to abate this violation. This amount was selected based on the actions of the property owners once they were advised of the violation. We would also ask that the special master additionally find that it's the respondent's responsibility to contact the Code Compliance Division when the violation has been abated in order to allow for reinspection.
I'm just thinking about one other thing. Give me a second. All right. I think so you're saying 60 days is enough on each of these cases to bring everything
Yeah.
into compliance? Okay.
I'm going through a hard time trying to make any money, but.
All right, that's what I'll do. So the property will be found in violation. I'll grant 60 days in each case. If it's not brought into compliance as ordered, a fine of $100 per day will be assessed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next case, Intrepid Homes LLC, case number 2024-00211, Code Officer Amy Becker, page 22 of your agenda. Expert on the case, Joanna Coutu, Land Development Director.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Your name, please?
Jim Davis.
Thank you, sir. I do.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Amy Becker, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer. This is case number 24-00211, a violation of the Citrus County Land Development Code, Section 4002, site development without a development order or permit. The address is 3686 West La Pula Lane, Citrus Springs, Florida. The property owner is Intrepid Homes, LLC. I have good service via posting of the property as well as the Lecanto Government Complex. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request that they be admitted to evidence. Photos I took during my initial inspection on February 7th, 2024. Photos taken on February 14th, 2024 at my corrective action inspection. Photos taken on February 29th, 2024 showing the posting of the property. And photos taken at my final inspection on March 19th, 2024, an aerial view from the property appraiser dated 6/6/2023, and a GIS map of the property.
All right, sir, are you an owner of Intrepid Homes or manager or?
I am not. I am the Vice President of Operations for the home builders, been tasked with building the future homes on these lots.
Okay.
And the one responsible.
You're okay.
And one responsible for clearing the lots, putting me here today.
Gotcha. I mean, do you have authority on behalf of the owner to appear here and represent them?
I do, as a contractor for their building of the homes.
All right. have you had contact with them about this hearing?
We have.
Okay. Do you all contest that there's a violation on the property?
We do not.
Okay. What's the county's recommendation? Because is this a one-time fine type case?
This is a one-time fine for clearing the property.
What are you requesting? Yeah, what are you going to request?
The Citrus County Code Compliance Division respectfully requests that the special master assess a one-time fine of $5,000, along with administrative costs to abate this violation. This amount was selected based on the actions of the property owners once they're advised of the violation, as well as the irreparable damage caused by the violation.
Is that the maximum that I could award? I don't know.
No, you can do any amount that you want.
I don't think so.
I mean, up to 10, up to 10,000.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And
Okay, so the reason why I'm asking this, to cut to the chase, is if you are, conceding that there's a violation, we don't have to go through all the evidence and the case and the presentation. But I assume, what is your position on this?
I'd like to offer some mitigating information that may help you with your decision.
Yeah. Then what I'm going to do is, since there's no objection to the actual evidence, I'm going to admit Exhibits A and B. I have the photos. Makes sense to me. I get what's going on. So what's the mitigating?
Right. So for a building process for us as a contractor, typically we would clear a lot, bring in fill dirt in anticipation of a impending issuance of a building permit.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that we've always done. We do it in Marion County, Charlotte County, in East and Brevard County. So ignorance is no excuse, but we did not know of this rule that we had to wait till the actual building permit was issued to do the clearing. So we didn't do this in malfeasance. We didn't do it on purpose in ignorance of the law. So we typically, because of the amount of time that required to get a building permit, any day to get ahead of the schedule helps us out. The sooner we build the house, the sooner our customers can sell it. So generally, they work in tandem with each other. As soon as the building permit is issued, then we can start on the actual vertical construction. So we didn't purposely say, we know we can't clear, we were ignorant of the law, no excuse. I did do some research, however. It's not evident that we cannot clear. It's not on the building permit. It's not on any of the paperwork where it's issued. I actually had to have one of my administrators dig through the Citrus County Building Department website and found it tucked away in some small writing. So
This has come up in hearings before, and they've even amended the code to address some of this.
Right.
But, yeah.
So again, we didn't do this as a direct violation of knowing the law. Again, ignorance is no excuse. However, it does take an extended amount of time to get a building permit in Citrus County.
Yeah, again, is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard? So normally in a situation like this, especially when I do consider some of those to be mitigating, not all. I consider some of those to be mitigating circumstances. I am going to find that there's a violation and do a fine of $2,500, which is what I usually do in this situation.
Okay.
It's happened before.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened several times. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Next case on the day's agenda.
I'm sorry? Oh, it is? Well, it's 5,000 unless a county adopts something that, in other words, that I have a daily fine restriction under statute of, I think, $500, unless the county adopts an ordinance that says I can go to 1,000, something like that. Citrus County does have an ordinance that says that. And I had assumed that Citrus County adopted something that also allowed me to go up to 10,000 on a one time, but if you're telling me that doesn't exist. Okay, yeah, I know this, cool, all right, thank you.
I was just reading, it's 15 up there, irreversible, irreparable damage.
I'm sorry?
It's 15. It's in our notice of hearing.
It says 15,000?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let's just get to the bottom of what the maximum is.
Next case on today's agenda, Lutz Pormero Soto and Roberto Rosado Cruz, case number 2024-00186. Code Officer Amy Becker, page 34 of your agenda. Joanna Coutu, Land Development Director, expert on the case.
Okay. Amy Becker, Citrus County.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I do.
Can you state your names, please?
My name is Luz Soto.
Thank you. You, sir?
My name is Roberto Rosado.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And ma'am, good morning.
Good morning.
Amy Becker, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer. This is case number 24-186, a violation of the Citrus County Land Development Code, Section 4002, site development without a development order or permit. The address is 8628 North Banbury Terrace, Citrus Springs. The owners are Luz Pamera Soto and Roberto Rosado Cruz. I have good service via posting of the property as well as the Lecanto Government Complex and a signed certified mail return receipt. I would like to authenticate the documents and request that they be admitted to evidence. Exhibit A, photos taken during my initial inspection on February 2nd, 2024. Photos taken on February 23rd, 2024 at my corrective action inspection. Photos taken on February 29th, 2024 showing the posting of the property. And photos taken on my final inspection, March 19th, 2024, in an aerial view of from the PA dated May 31st, 2023.
All right, ma'am and sir, I'd like to ask you to take.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I'd like to ask you to take a look at these documents and just let me know if you have any objections.
Yes. This is a terrible mistake that we did without knowing that we don't supposed to cut any trees. We didn't have any paperwork that showing us that we, that we can do it. So when I got the letter by mail, I said, oh my God, what are we doing? What a big mistake. So now we don't know what to do because we bought the property and we were thinking that, to clean it. We did a survey on it and everything and make it nice for later on or build or sell the property. And I don't know.
Well, the reality is, whether we like it or not, people get tired of me doing this probably. You have to know everything in here. You're responsible for knowing everything.
Yeah, but
so there's a lot of laws I don't know about that I have to enforce. In any event, I just have to ask you at this point of the hearing to let me know if you object to those documents being evidence, because that's the evidence in the case.
I mean, I know we are guilty about it because we
Okay.
did.
Well, then that makes things easier. What's the
But-
county's recommendation? Well, is this the same kind of case as the last case?
Yes.
Is it the same recommendation from the county?
It's going to be lower.
It is, okay. What's the recommendation?
So the Citrus County Code Compliance Division respectfully requests that the special master assess a one-time fine of $2,000 along with administrative costs to abate this violation. This amount was selected based on the actions of the property owners once they were advised of the violation, as well as the irreparable damage caused by the violation.
The reason why this law exists is because the county, if it doesn't approve it beforehand, y'all may be grading things in a way where it floods other properties, all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
And other things that even I can't think of. But there's a risk when you clear trees or when you clear a property that it could affect your neighbors. And so the county does this on public safety grounds, in other words. And that's why the fines are relatively high, because it's part of deterring this in the future. All our viewers on YouTube right now watching the hearing, maybe they won't do it. We have lots of viewers,
Yeah,
okay? Maybe two or
that's-
three.
my-
Yeah.
It should be something that is, aware the people not to do that, because we didn't know the person, the realtor. We told her that we're gonna start cleaning the property, and she said, go ahead. So we
I have a little less sympathy for the developers. You know, they really should know better and check everything,
Yes.
like the previous
To
case.
avoid this for in the future for, you know.
Did you want the exhibits?
No,
Okay.
I do actually. Can I see the pictures?
And just to clarify, when you see that, they stopped work when they were notified. This particular party, there's a lot of debris laying there they did not finish. It's not a clear cut.
Gotcha. How big is the parcel?
0.26
Quarter acre.
quarter acre.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, look, you have conceded and I agree that there is a violation. I appreciate that the county has come down its recommendation. I am, based on the circumstances, going to come down even further. I will find there's a violation and assess a fine of $1,000 based on your mitigating evidence.
Thank you.
Okay? Good luck.
Okay,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next case on today's agenda, Roger Seelbach, case number 219-4155. License Compliance Officer Timothy Williams, page 33 of your agenda. Certified Building Official Samuel Costa, expert on the case.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Mr. Seelbach, can you state your name for the record?
Roger Seelbach.
Guess I just did.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Mr. Williams, I thought I saw you just get here.
No, I've been here.
Oh, you've been here the whole
Yes, sir.
time? Because it's totally unacceptable for you to be able to just flit in when you think your case is going to be called. You have to sit through all the others, as far as I'm concerned.
I am Batman.
Oh, okay, all right, well, all right, please proceed.
Thank you. Timothy Williams, Citrus County Licensed Compliance Officer. This is case number 219-4155, Chapter 18, Article 1, Section 18-8A. Obtain after-the-fact permits for all construction or modification of the Citrus County Code of Ordinances. The address is 4715 North Sandy Path, Crystal River, Florida. Property owner, Roger Seelbach. Seelbach, thank you. Good service is signed certified mail receipt and posting of the property in the Lecanto Government Building. I would like to authenticate the following documents as requested be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A, photos taken during the initial inspection on January 12th, 2024. Photos of my corrective action inspection on February 23rd, 2024. And photos taken at my final inspection on March 19th, 2024.
Okay. Sir, I'd like to ask you to take a look at these documents and let me know if you have any objection to them being evidence here. And let me know if you are contesting whether a violation has occurred or not.
Look good? No, we moved down here in October of 2022 to open my business down here. Had a gun manufacturing business doing Cerakoting just outside of Atlanta. Want to get closer to a lot of our distributors and stuff down here, so my wife fell in love with the property, we fell in love with the town, came down, wanted to open it up. Bought that, it's a 12 by 24 shed that I could quickly turn over and get started right away because I had a big contract on the line. So we got it, moved onto the property, got it built out, then went to go get the permits for electric because I didn't know we needed permits to actually build or bring on a pre-manufactured building. And that's when they told us that apparently there was an issue with permits or something like that. And from there.
Have you applied for a permit yet?
Yes.
Okay. How much time do you think you would need to go through the process, or has it been reviewed by the county yet?
It has.
Okay.
As of this morning, it said they needed a little bit more information on the plans that I put in. I guess they weren't the proper seal or something.
Okay. That doesn't sound like a huge deal. I'm not casting aspersion, but you need what you need. But what I mean is to say that it doesn't sound like it's going to take a huge amount of time from here. If I granted 60 days, do you think that'd be enough to work its way through the system, given where we're at? On a shed?
Yes.
Okay. What's the county's recommendation?
The Citrus County Code Compliance Division respectfully requests that the special master assess a fine of $50 per day, along with the administrative cost to begin after the date you deem sufficient to abate this violation. This amount was selected based on the actions of the property owners once they were advised of the violation. We would also ask the special master additionally to find out that if the respondent's responsibility to contact the Code Compliance Division when the violation has been abated in order to allow for a re-inspection.
Is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? I don't see any. I'll admit Exhibits A and B as evidence. Based on the evidence as well as, the lack of a contest, I'll find that there's a violation and also grant 60 days from today to abate the violation, and there'll be a $50 fine per day if it's not brought into compliance. That's the lowest that we order at these hearings, so.
It's after the 60 days.
Correct. Good luck. Thank you.
Next case on today's agenda, Walter Andrew Stroley and Teresa L. Fechtel, case number 2023-01362. Licensed Compliance Officer Keith Garner, page 35 of your agenda. Expert on the case, Certified Building Official Sam Acosta.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? And your name, please.
Teresa Terry Fechtel.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Randall Garner, Citrus County Licensed Compliance Officer, case number CE 2023-01362, Chapter 18, Article 1, Section 18-8A.
And so, Mr. Garner, I just want to know beforehand, ma'am, are you contesting whether a violation has occurred on the property? All right. Have you had a chance to review the documents that Mr. Garner has?
No.
No, probably not.
I've spoken to him several times.
Okay. Well, what's the county's recommendation on this case? And we'll get into a little. I'm not trying to short circuit everything, but if there's no contest, we can move it along.
Sure. Citrus County License Compliance Division respectfully requests that the special master assess a fine of $100 per day you spent, along with the administrative cost after the date you deem sufficient to abate the violation. This amount was selected based on the actions of the property owner once they were advised of the violation. This amount is appropriate given the severity of the violation, respondent's actions relative to this violation. We would ask that the special master additionally find that the respondent's responsibility to contact the Licensed Compliance Division when the violation has been abated to allow for reinspection.
I would like to at least see the documents and go through those. Sure. Mr. Garner, could you show the proposed exhibits? And ma'am, can you let me know if you have any objection to them being evidence in this hearing?
Okay.
And I'll admit these as evidence for two reasons. One, just to create the record, but second, just so I have an idea of how much time and I can confirm how much time is needed to fix this. We always try to give people a reasonable amount of time unless there's a pressing health safety concern. Oh, this is interesting.
Nightmare.
Have you applied for a permit yet?
So what happened was after the flood, our mobile home was tilting down, and we were, along with all of our neighbors that had been flooded, and everybody's running around, and everybody comes to help everybody. They're like, you got to get this retrofitted, and you got to get this leveled right away, or you're going to lose it. And we had just lost my dad, and I was emotional. I didn't know what to do, and we were like, everybody's like, you're going to lose it the next time high tide. It was leaning that much.
Mm-hmm.
And so we called Sam's Mobile Home. We asked them to retrofit it and re-level it, and we were told we would not need a permit for that, along with everybody else in our neighborhood that still doesn't have a permit for it. But I didn't know. I'm so sorry for wasting everybody's time. If I'd have known, I would never have done this, and I'm
Is-
sorry.
That's okay. Is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? How much time do you think you'll need to get through the permitting process? It's hard to know.
Yeah, I mean,
At this point,
what do you
you
think?
have the plans and have you gotten any
So,
plans back?
should I show you?
Well,
all?
here's, the
So-
question is, do you have plans to submit to the county?
Well, I just paid Sam's Mobile Homes to get the permit, the engineering blocking, the flood survey, and the flotation letter. I gave them $6,800 on the 11th. I think they said that the permit is either here or coming, as of last night. Because I'm like, what do I say?
Do we think
As
60
of-
days is reasonable, given what's been represented?
I think that would be fair.
Okay. Then what I'm going to do is I'll grant 60 days to get it into compliance before a fine begins.
Okay.
If it's not brought into compliance in that time, it'll be $100 a day.
Okay.
Sounds like you're on the way.
Yeah, I mean, from what I understand, clearly I didn't have any understanding and I was trusting people. Not anymore. I'm going to be on top of it.
Well, for better or for worse, the best rule is you need a permit unless you don't.
Got it.
Yeah.
Understand. I'm going to get a permit
Always
to put
check.
a toilet in if I have to. I mean, I
Getting
understand.
toilets is a good idea.
I
All right.
understand.
Thank you.
Yes.
Next case, Randy and Nicole Taylor, case number 2024-00111. Code Officer Cody McGuire, page 36 of your agenda. Expert on the case, Land Development Director Joanna Katu.
Sir, while he's coming, I'm going to swear you in. Other hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yep.
Please state your name.
Randy Taylor.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Cody McGuire, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer, case number 202400111, special requirements for all accessory structures, a violation of the Citrus County Land Development Code 3102A. Address is 10136 West Denellen Road, Chris River, Florida. Property owner is Taylor Randy Nicole. Good service via signed certified mail return receipt and posting at the Canto Government Building. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request they be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A, photos taken during initial inspection on January 24th, 2024, photos taken during a corrective action inspection on February 26th, 2024, and photos of my final inspection conducted on March 19th, 2024. Exhibit B, a copy of the notice of violation, copy of the notice of hearing, copy of the signed certified mail return receipt, and a pre-hearing order.
Sir, I'd like to ask you to take a look at these documents and let me know if you have any objection to them being evidence in this hearing.
Yeah, no evidence.
I'm sorry?
I'm good with it.
Okay, thank you. Are you contesting that there's a violation?
The permit's been approved already,
Okay,
so I don't know what violation.
okay. Well, I don't know either yet. Thank you. All right, without objection, what's been proposed as Exhibits A and B are evidence. Go ahead.
Okay. On January 24th, 2024, I conducted an initial inspection and observed a split mobile home on the vacant property. On February 26, 2024, a corrective action inspection was conducted with no change. I have had contact with the property owner on March 11th as she advised me that she was just finding out about the violation. As of my final inspection on March 19th, the property remains in violation, no permit has been issued, and the mobile remains on the property.
It appears that there's a, I'm sorry, does Ms. Katu have his testimony?
Yes, sir.
All right.
You're fine. The permit did get approved 2 days ago. It's waiting for payment and pickup. So
Oh.
it's not issued yet until they pay the fees. But
Now, once it is paid and picked up,
once it is, they'll have approval to have it there, and then they can
This'll
call for
abate.
inspections.
And waiting for the septic system to be put in too as well, you know, I mean, I gotta go to get this
well, so
septic permit.
special requirements.
So
So you're
we-
saying once a permit is issued and meets the following requirements?
Yeah, it's not issued yet. It's
And-
approved, but waiting
Um,
for pickup.
But are you saying that once the permit's issued, this thing abates?
Technically, they have to establish it, so issuing a permit really isn't establishing. I would want it to be approved there, so go through inspections with the CO, because it's accessory without a primary.
Accessory uses may
Principal.
not be prior to the establishment of the principal use. So this is a permit for what exactly?
A mobile home.
Mobile
The
home.
home is placed there. So if he pays the fee and his septic is ready, then sure, he can start inspections and get it going. It's clearly not set up. You can see it's a little,
Well, I mean, I guess, how much time would you need to
Sam-
establish the principal use?
Sam's mobile home, I paid him in full and everything to set it, the trailer down and everything else. I'm waiting for the septic, to be, approved. Have, Payless Septic doing it. So, you know, I've been, what is it, 6 months ago I signed up with it, you know what I mean?
Will it take another month or 2 months to get everything settled so that you can actually stay there?
Maybe 2 months.
Okay. What's the
Okay.
county's recommendation?
Citrus County Code Compliance Division respectfully requests that the special master assesses a fine of $150 per day along with administrative costs to begin after the date you deem sufficient to abate this violation. This amount was selected based on the actions of the property owners once they were advised of the violation. We also would ask the special master additionally find that it's the respondent's responsibility to contact the Code Compliance Division when the violation has been abated in order to allow for reinspection.
Okay, I'll grant you 60 days.
Okay.
I'll find the property's in violation. If it's not brought into compliance as ordered, $150 a day fine. So please keep doing what you're doing.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, have a great day.
Next case, Vanawa Holding Corporation, case number 2023-00560. Code Officer Alan Jonason, page 37 of your agenda. Expert on the case, Joanna Coutu.
Okay.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Mr. Van Zandt, please state your name.
Martin Van Sant.
Thank you.
Van Zant, is that V-A-N-Z-A-N-T?
S.
S, okay. There's a lot of Van Zants in Nassau County, Florida, with a Z, so
Yeah.
I didn't know if there's any relation. I think I know why this was continued, and it was continued for unspoken reasons, but I think that the part that I'm now saying out loud is I was hoping it would go away and the property would be in compliance by now.
The violation has abated.
Okay, appeal granted.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep.
So the fines is. Try to get Joanna out of here. Next case, William G. III McGow and Galinda W. McGow, case number 2024-00112. Code Officer Cody McGuire, page 24 of your agenda. Land Development Director Joanna Coutu, expert on the case.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank
My
you,
name is
sir.
William McGow.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And I pronounce it McGow?
McGow. yeah,
Okay,
correct.
thank you.
Even though it's been called all kinds of stuff.
I mean, I would have said McGo,
Yeah,
but
McGo,
okay,
McGow.
gotcha. Yeah. Please proceed.
All right, Cody McGuire, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer, case number 202400112, a violation of Citrus County Land Development Code Section 4002, site development without a development order or permit. Address is 10144 West Denellen Road, Chris River, Florida. Property owner is William G. McGow III and Glenda W. Good service signed certified mail return receipt. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request they be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A, photos I took during my initial inspection, aerial photos taken from the property appraiser's website, and photos of my follow-up inspection on February 12th and final inspection on March 19th, 2024.
What was your initial inspection date?
January 24th.
All right. Sir, I'd like to ask you to take a look at these documents and let me know if you have any objection to them being evidence. But also, when you're done with that, let me know if you're contesting whether a violation has occurred or not.
Yeah, I am not. So,
You are contesting?
No, sir.
No, you're not. Okay.
yeah. I want to, can I submit something also?
You can, let's just look at, I don't know what's going on until I see these documents. I hate to hear what you have to say before even knowing what they're presenting.
Yes, sir. I'm the neighboring property of the gentleman that you just had with the mobile home.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Without objection, what's been proposed as Exhibit A and B is evidence. By the way, is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? Okay. Let me just take a look real quick. Looks like a nice piece of property. All right, so tell me what you'd like to.
Yeah, so this is the neighboring gentleman that you just heard from.
Which
Is,
one?
The 10.
The mobile home that needed a permit.
Yeah, the mobile home that they moved. It used to be right next to my property. And who did I give that to?
Well, hold on.
Okay. Yeah,
Why
so-
is that relevant?
Well, the relevance to this is he had a double wide that was there that was split apart. And it appeared homeless people were living in there.
Okay.
It was, according to here, 1.9 foot away from my property. And then on my property, the whole center of it was cleared out. People living there, trash, beer bottles, coolers. There was about an 8-foot ring where they looked like they're catching, doing fires. And I work for Pasco County for the fire department. So I cleared it, trying to mitigate the problems and the liability of, having, that there. I was concerned with them burning down the places.
That makes sense to me.
So, I did not know, that I needed anything in addition, which, I've been in contact with Cody since then. As soon as I got my notice. So.
Well, I'm glad we asked earlier about what the maximum fine is, because if I've ever seen a case where a maximum fine should, no, I'm joking, I'm joking. I'm sorry, I shouldn't joke.
I did say I worked for the county, right?
Yeah. What is the county's recommendation?
$2,500.
Okay. I'm going to do what I did earlier where there was a really good reason. I have no reason to disbelieve you. I think it makes a lot of sense. I will find that the property is in violation, but have a fine of $1,000, okay? Don't do it again. Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Next case, Timothy Manuel Leonard, case number 2023-01220. Code Officer Cody McGuire, page 23 of your agenda. Expert on the case, Land Development Director Joanna Coutu.
All the cases at these hearings used to be overgrown grass and, gosh, that was a big, yeah, that was a big one. Junk, debris.
Unlicensed vehicle.
Right, we gotta get.
I think you have to wait till July for the grass.
I guess. Oh, that's true about the grass. That's a good point. Yeah, no, I didn't understand what you meant. Now I do. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Cody McGuire, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer, case number 202301220. Special requirements for all accessory structures, a violation of the Citrus County Land Development Code 3102A. Address is 6787 West Avocado Street, Chris River, Florida. Property owner is Leonard Timothy Manuel. Good service via signed certified mail return receipt and posting at the Canto Government Building. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request they be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A, photos taken during an initial inspection on November 21st, 2023. Photos taken during a subsequent inspection on January 5th, 2024. A corrective action inspection on February 8th, 2024. And photos of my final inspection conducted on March 19th, 2024. Exhibit B, a copy of the notice of violation, copy of the notice of hearing, copy of the signed certified mail return receipt, and a pre-hearing order.
Is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? Nope. Thank you. Without objection, what's been proposed as Exhibits A and B are evidence. Go ahead.
Okay. On November 21st, 2023, I conducted an initial inspection and observed a car on the vacant property. On January 5th, a subsequent inspection with no change. A corrective action inspection was conducted on February 8th, 2024 with no change. I have had contact with the property owner who stated it would be removed. As of my final inspection on March 19th, 2024, their property remains in violation with the car on vacant
And it's just the
property.
car?
Just the car right
All
now.
right, what's the county's recommendation?
Citrus County Code Compliance Division respectfully requests that the special master assesses a fine of $150 per day along with administrative costs to begin after the date you deem sufficient to abate this violation. This amount was selected based on the property owner's actions. Once they were advised of the violation, we would also ask that the special master additionally find that it's the respondent's responsibility to contact the Code Compliance Division when the violation has been abated in order to allow for reinspection.
I'll grant 15 days, and it'll be a $150 fine per day if it's not brought into compliance. Thank you.
Next case on today's agenda, Manuel Quinones, case number 2024-00043. Code Officer Julie Wilkinson, page 29 of your agenda. Expert on the case, Joanna Coutu.
Julie Wilkinson, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer, case number 24-00043, special requirements for all accessory structures, for all accessory uses, a violation of Citrus County Land Development Code 3102A. The address is 7538 West Clearbrook Lane, Homosassa, Florida. Property owner is Manuel Quinones. I have good service via posting the notice of hearing on the property and at the Lecanto Government Building. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request they be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A, photos taken during initial inspection on January 8th, 2024. Photos taken during a corrective action inspection on January 23rd, 2024. And photos of my final inspection conducted on March 19th, 2024.
Okay, is there anyone?
I
Go ahead.
just
Sorry,
need a
go ahead.
moment. Yes. Exhibit B, a copy of the notice of violation, a copy of the notice of hearing, a copy of the general pre-hearing order, and a copy of the photo of notice of hearing posted on the property, and a copy of the posting affidavit.
All right. Is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? All right, I see no response. Without objection, what's been proposed as exhibits A and B are evidence.
On January 8th, 2024, I conducted an initial inspection and observed household garbage, auto parts, and construction material, furniture, miscellaneous junk and debris on the property. On January 8th, 2024, a notice violation was issued for special requirements for accessory uses. A corrective action inspection was conducted, and there were no changes to the conditions of the property. I have had contact with Mr. Quinones, who had told me that he would clean up the property, but not on my timeline, at his own time. As of my final inspection on March 19, 2024, the property remains in violation. My expert on this case is Land Development Director Joanna Coutu.
It's about 0.2 acres. It's in Coastal Lakes residential, mobile homes allowed. They do have a mobile home on the adjacent lot, so it's possible to combine them as a platting process, but we have no applications and no inquiries that I'm aware of.
Wow, okay. Ms. Wilkinson, what was the timeline that he told you? What time did he want?
Like 6 months.
Okay,
I told him absolutely not.
okay. What's the county's recommendation?
The Citrus County Code Compliance Division respectfully requests that the special master assess a fine of $150 per day, along with the administrative costs to begin after the date you deem sufficient to abate this violation. This amount was selected based on the action of the property owner once once they were advised of the violation. We would also ask Special Master additionally to find that it is respondent's responsibility to contact the Code Compliance Division when the violation has been evaded in order to allow for reinspection.
All right, I'll do 45 days and $150 a day.
Thank you.
Next case on the day's agenda, Kathy and Elvira Richey, case number 2024-00041, Code Officer Alan Jonason, page 30 of your agenda.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Please state your name.
Roy Ritchie.
Thank you, sir.
I'm the son of Kathy and husband of Elvira.
Okay, thank you.
Alan Jonason, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer. This is case number 2024-00041. Accumulation of junk and debris, a violation of Chapter 20, Article 3, Section 20-31A of the Citrus County Code of Ordinances. The address is 160 Northwest Avenue, Inverness, Florida. Property owner Richie Cathy and Richie Elvera. I have good service via signed certified mail receipt and posting at the Lecanto Government Building. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request that they be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A, photos taken during my initial inspection on 11 January 2024. Photos from a compliance inspection on 12 February 2024. And photos from my final inspection conducted on 19 March 2024. Exhibit B, a copy of the notice of violation, copy of the notice of hearing, a copy of the signed certified mail receipt, and a copy of the pre-hearing order.
Okay. Sir, I'd like to ask you to take a look at these documents. Let me know if you have any objection, and also let me know if you're contesting the violation.
I am not contesting.
You're
nothing.
not? Okay. How much time do you need to clean it up?
10 years seems feasible.
10.
My wife's.
Is it that bad?
Not anymore.
Okay.
My wife's getting ready to go in for pacemaker surgery, and my mom just broke her back on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would like, 4 or 5 months to finish what I got to do, because I broke my back 8 times before, and I don't have the energy to do it all by myself all at once. So I am doing the best I can and trying to clean it all up. And I got rid of a 52 Plymouth, 2 boats, a big old barbecue grill, pick-up bed trailer, burned up most of the debris in the front yard. I even put up a bamboo privacy fence, semi-privacy fence. I still got my 1980 motorhome because I plan on trying to go on a vacation sometime when I, older anyways.
I'm not sure if that fence is that fence? Okay, I'm not even gonna go there.
I did come here to ask about getting a permit, explained it to them, and they said
It's
I did not
not in
need
front
one.
of me. I shouldn't have even asked. Mr. Jonason, it appears to me that there has been improvement in the photos, but I'm curious what your perspective is.
There has been improvement, absolutely. They've
All
been
right.
very cooperative.
Okay. I'm not prepared to give 5 or 6 months. I am prepared to give you 3 months. And the reason is because you have made significant improvement. I'm not convinced that what remains is not that substantial.
No, it's really not. And,
Yeah.
but like I said, my wife's getting ready to go in for pacemaker surgery. We got
Yeah.
a lot. That's why her and my mom didn't come in today, is they both had doctor's appointments today. And early this morning.
And again, it's just that most of the stuff that has to be, it's not even particularly heavy, you know. There is stuff. I mean, you got work ahead of you, but it's not. I don't know. Well, I do see the tires, and are there cars that are part of the junk?
Not anymore.
Okay.
I got rid of the cars and the boats.
Okay.
Those were abated.
Gotcha. All right.
That about broke my heart to get rid of that 52 Plymouth too, because my grandfather left.
Oh,
me
wait a
some
second.
money.
We have to stop things. County attorney shows up. We have to. Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
My grandfather left me some money, and I bought that car with it, and then get the all my cars were in violation. And I don't do drugs. That is my drug of choice, is playing with stuff like that. And I broke my back 8 times, and I don't take nothing for pain except for ibuprofen.
what's the county's recommendation?
Citrus County Code Compliance Division respectfully requests that the special master assess a fine of $50 per day along with the administrative cost to begin after the date you deem sufficient to abate the violation. This amount is appropriate given the severity of the violation and the respondent's actions relative to the violation. We would also ask the special master additionally find that it is the respondent's responsibility to contact the Code Compliance Division when the violation has been abated in order to allow for reinspection.
I'll tell you, I am going to do 90 days because to give any longer, I mean, in the summer with storms and mosquitoes and stuff, I think 90 days is more than enough time. And if it's not brought into compliance, a fine of $50 a day, which is the lowest that we give. So,
Okay, and
That's it.
I want to submit one other thing. I am, and you can look this up, I am allergic to the sun. I'm not supposed to spend more than an hour a day in the sun. I could cause to have heat strokes and stuff. That's why I did ask for a little bit extra time.
I got you.
Because, you know, I try to go out in the early evening, like yesterday, I knew he was coming by.
Right.
So I had some work to do on my truck, so I stayed inside the truck during the walk until I knew he came by so I could talk to him, you know, and I just wanted to find out, you know, what else I needed to do. And, you know, he was telling me about my backyard and the tires and stuff in my front yard. I have no problem with doing any of that. I do it, but I am trying my best, you know. I'm pretty much doing it by myself because of my wife and my mom.
Well, that's why I know it's going to get done. All right. Thank you.
So I appreciate it.
Yep.
Next case is on today's agenda, Dennis and Deborah Schultz, Schultz Revocable Family Trust, case numbers 2024-66 and 2024-67. Code Officer Brandon Norman, pages 31 and 32 of your agenda.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Please state your names.
Dennis Schultz.
Deborah Schultz. Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Brandon Norman, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer. This is for case 2024-00066, accumulation of junk and debris, a violation of Chapter 20, Article 3, Section 20-31A of the Citrus County Code of Ordinances. In case 2024-00067, abandoned, unserviceable, unlicensed vehicles, a violation of Chapter 20, Article 4, Section 20-41 of the Citrus County Code of Ordinances. The address is 11444 East Bard Court in Inverness, Florida, 34450. Property owner listed as Schultz, Dennis, and Deborah, and Schultz Revocable Family Trust. And I have good service via posting at the property in the Lecanto Government Building. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request they be admitted into evidence for both cases. All photos were taken on the same inspection dates. For Exhibit A, photos taken during my initial inspection on January 18th, 2024, my corrective action inspection done on February 26th, 2024, and my final inspection done yesterday, March 19th, 2024. Exhibit B for both cases will be a copy of the notice of violation, a copy of the notice of hearing, a copy of the pre-hearing order, a copy of the posting affidavit that I completed, as well as a photo of the posted notice of hearing at the property.
Okay. Ma'am and sir, I'd like to ask you to take a look at these documents and let me know if you have objections to them being evidence, but also, in either case, let me know if if you are contesting or you're not contesting. And is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on these cases? All right, I don't see any response.
What's the blue?
I don't know.
Oh, that painting on the trees.
Well, the boat is, excuse me, this is one of our long-term tenants. The boat has been removed. We were told that we can't remove the car and the van they're talking about. So the only thing that we know, I called Junk Gator to come out, and they picked up all the trash and thousands of beer cans, and we had a big disagreement with the tenant, so we had to start a
Eviction?
eviction, yes.
All right,
No,
well
we
then.
haven't done that yet.
Well, then before we get to that, because I do need to hear more details.
Okay.
I need to know if you have objections to these documents
No.
being evidence.
None.
Okay. Then I just need to take a look at them so that I better
Okay.
understand.
Okay.
It'll help
You
me
want
see
those?
where you're coming
You
from.
want those?
All right, without objection, what's been proposed as Exhibits A and B in each case are admitted as evidence. And Mr. Norman, before I turn back to you, I'm just going to take a look so that I can familiarize myself. Yeah, there really might have been thousands of beer cans there. That's,
They were.
what a shame. Are there kids living here?
Yes. For how long? Several months now. The other brother moved back into the property with 4 children.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
The other brother moved back into the property with 4 little children.
I'm sorry. Is there someone talking on the, are they participating in the hearing? Or?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. Okay, I'm sorry. I just couldn't hear you. I apologize.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I was just saying that, yes, the oldest brother moved back into the property with 4 little children.
Okay.
He's the one that we're having the most difficulty with. He doesn't want to comply with anything. I told him there's no burning. We had Junk Gator come and spent $845 to have it all dug out.
I can tell when you had them come because the property started looking a lot cleaner after
Right.
that.
The issue is we still have the van and we still have the car.
Right, okay.
Like I said, I'm really having difficulty for the gentleman that's presently there. He's not the person that's supposed to be there.
But it's my understanding that you have, you've not filed the eviction yet.
No.
Okay. Is it your intention to do so?
Yes, sir.
We don't know if we'll have to get rid of those vehicles. We can't get them to comply. We've, since day one, when we told them that needed to be plated and used and in running condition, we just got nowhere with them. But I went there yesterday just to check this, because they told me they were gonna do something with them and get rid of them. I went yesterday to check and see if they were gone.
Well, but even so, you've got the junk case as well, and it still hasn't abated according to the photos.
Yeah.
It's not as bad. They're still throwing stuff out, just, and
They are.
I don't know that
Well-
that's going to end unless, and the reason why I'm asking is because I don't frankly need any more evidence. I don't need to hear, I can see from the photos that there's 2 correct, county's brought 2 cases. Your tenant is guilty. They're just, but your name is on the property, so I need to give you a time to comply. And the reason why I'm asking you these questions is because if you are going to evict, I want to give you a reasonable amount of time to begin the eviction proceedings. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
And I know you may not think you need to, but either way, I need to give you a reasonable amount of time. So how much time do you want or think you need?
Well, we don't really know for sure how long the eviction's gonna take. Some of
Right.
them take
Oh, yeah.
quite a length of time.
That's right.
And if that's the only way we can get them out. They told me yesterday the brother uses it for work. It's a work truck. And he's out of work now. He's taking care of the 4 kids, and that's why he hasn't plated it or put insurance on it. It's just sitting there. But he plans on using it when he gets back to work. Was injured, I guess, in a car accident somehow or another, and his wife left him with the 4 children, so he's got those and taking care of those. Neither one have really been any help in cleaning up.
Wait,
the
how
mess
old are
that
the
they've
kids?
made. Two
2, 4, 6, and 8.
Wow.
I know.
And so he's there with them and thinks that he's gonna start working again. He doesn't want to get rid of his truck, and he doesn't have the money, he's not working to put the plates and insurance on it. And the car, no excuse on that. I don't know why they haven't gotten rid of that, but I don't know how we can get rid of it legally, I guess without,
Evicting him.
and then it would have to be there a length of time probably as an abandoned vehicle. I don't know how long that takes before we could have it removed.
Do you, Mr. Norman, do you have anything that you want to add beyond the county's recommendation?
Yeah, I just want to say that the Schultzes have been extremely communicative in this entire process. I've tried to give them as much time as possible. I haven't had any contact with the tenants, but based on what I see, I definitely agree with them that the tenants have not been helpful in resolving this matter at all.
Have you ever seen the kids?
Never.
Okay. What's the county's recommendation?
The Citrus County Code Compliance Division respectfully requests that the special master assess a fine of $100 per day along with administrative costs for each case to begin after the date that you deem sufficient to abate these violations. This amount was selected based on the actions of the property owners once they revised the violation, and this amount is appropriate given the severity of the violation and the respondent's actions relative to this violation. We would also ask that the special master find its respondent's responsibility to contact the Code Compliance Division once the violations have been abated in order to allow for reinspection.
You know, based on the facts on the property, I just can't see granting more than 60 days on this. It doesn't take that much to clean it up to abate the junk case, and it barely takes anything to abate the car case.
Sir, the problem is that the trash that is there now, I seen it yesterday, there was one white bag of trash by the fence. The animals had already tore it open. I didn't have a bag with me to put it in another bag and haul it off. But that's what my wife and I have been doing. We've made 5 or 6 trips with our truck to load up and take most of it off. When we seen it was gonna be too much for us, then we hired the junk gator to come out and take care of the rest. And each time we told them about the abandoned cars, and this is going on way before the county came out. They need to get them out of there and straighten up the yard.
Well,
It
look,
was just a disaster.
on the junk case, I might have given less time, but it was substantially cleaned, you know, but that said, it's gonna be 60 days hard, and if it's not brought into compliance as ordered in either case, $100 per day.
And that would require us to go out there and pick up the trash every day, I take it.
It either, well, I don't know if that's what I don't
Well,
think
okay.
that's what it requires, no, but if you want to, by all means.
Right.
And so, what it means is you've got to fix these problems in 2 months,
Okay.
you know?
They mentioned to me also yesterday, I asked them why they haven't, tried to help us or gotten rid of these vehicles. I said, the hearing's tomorrow. Why haven't you? And they said, well, we put for sale signs on them. They're listed for sale. And they said, in that case, we do not have to have a plate or an updated plate or insurance on them. I don't know how true that is, but that's what they told me.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next case on the agenda, Jeffrey Scott Wellman et al., case number 2024-00012. Code Officer Alan Jonason, page 38 of your agenda. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Please state your names.
Donna Van Auken, Carolyn Brown.
All right, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, Alan Jonason, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer. This is case number 2024-00012, accumulation of junk and debris, a violation of Chapter 20, Article 3, Section 20-31A of the Citrus County Code of Ordinances. The address of the violation is 2276 East Kennett Drive, Hernando, Florida. Property owners are Wellman Jeffrey Scott, Wellman Kelly Joe, Wellman James Patrick, Van Auken Donna Ann Lynn, Brown Carolyn Patricia, Wellman Jesse Lee, Hardy Cody Lynn, Wellman Anthony, and Wellman Zachary.
This sounds like an inherited property.
Yes,
Okay.
It's in
okay.
probate, yes, sir.
Gotcha.
I have good service via posting the notice of hearing on the property and posting at the Lecanto Government Building. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request that they be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A, photos taken during my initial inspection on 9 January 2024, photos from a compliance inspection on 8 February 2024, and photos from my final inspection conducted on 19 March 2024. Exhibit B, a copy of the notice of violation, a copy of the notice of hearing, a copy of the posting affidavit, a photo of the notice of hearing posted on the property, and a copy of the pre-hearing order.
Okay. Ma'am, so I'd like to ask you to take a look at these documents and let me know if you have any objection to them. And as always, feel free to let me know if you're contesting the violation.
We know what it looked like.
Yeah, no, we're not contesting.
Okay.
No, not at all.
Right. How much time do you need to bring it into compliance? Thank you.
We would be super grateful if we could ask for at least 60 days.
Okay.
We've already been in the process
Because
of.
we've done quite a bit, is his.
Okay.
No.
Let me just first ask, is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? I don't see or hear any. You do? You want to be heard? Well, wait, sir, just give me 1 second. I just needed to know. Let me look through the documents, which I'll admit as Exhibits A and B. Looks like whatever remains has kind of mostly been pushed to one area of the property. Okay, I would like to hear from the public first then. Sir, would you like to come up? I'd come up here, sir. And,
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Your
Okay.
name, please?
Benjamin Brown.
Thank you.
and are you related?
I'm her son.
Okay,
I live on the property with her. The reason why it looks like it's pushed aside, it actually isn't. We started with one side. There was a dumpster on it prior. I don't think he got a picture of it. We just got the dumpster. We cleaned the one side, and now we got a dumpster. I think he does have a picture of the new dumpster
Yeah.
on the other side. So that's what we're doing now. And I just want to let you know we are going to get it done.
Okay.
So
We
Okay,
had
great.
one dumpster that was full.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I
we
mean,
didn't fill in one dumpster. It was
Okay,
a lot.
fair enough. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your input. All right, so let me just look at the pictures. So, Mr. Jonathan, I'm just wanting to make sure I understand what the full case is here. I see a lot of the stuff. I see the trampoline area. I see the driveway area. There's little, but then there's like, I don't know, is it the back where there's a ton
There
of
is
stuff?
a mountain of household trash, furniture, just all kinds of stuff back
Okay.
there. But again, there's a dumpster on site.
Yeah.
They're indicating there was another dumpster that was hauled away, so.
Okay. What's the county's recommendation then?
Citrus County Code Compliance Division respectfully requests that the special master assess a fine of $50 per day along with the administrative cost to begin after the date you deem sufficient to abate the violation. This amount is appropriate given the severity of the violation and the respondent's actions relative to the violation. We would also ask the special master additionally find that it is the respondent's responsibility to contact the Code Compliance Division when the violation has been abated in order to allow for reinspection.
Okay, I'll grant 60 days as you requested, and it'll be $50 a day if it's not brought into compliance as ordered.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very
Yep.
much.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Next case, Bobby and Ashley Damaris, case number 2024-00093, Code Officer Brandon Norman, page 19 of your agenda.
Ma'am,
Yes,
do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes.
Please state your name.
Ashley Damaris.
Thank you.
All right, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Brendan Norman, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer. This is for case 2024-00093, accumulation of junk and debris, a violation of Chapter 20, Article 3, Section 20-31 of the Citrus County Code of Ordinances. This is for address 11020 East Sailfish Place, Floral City, Florida, 34436. Property owner listed as Damaris Bobby and Damaris Ashley. I have good service via posting at the property and the Lecanto Government Building, and I would like to authenticate the following documents and request they be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A will be photos taken during the initial inspection on January 22nd, 2024, my corrective action inspection done February 26, 2024, and my final inspection done yesterday, March 19th, 2024. Exhibit B will be a copy of the notice of violation, a copy of the notice of hearing, a copy of the pre-hearing order, and a copy of the posting affidavit that I completed along with the posted notice of hearing of the property.
All right, ma'am, I'd like to ask you to take a look at these documents and let me know if you have any objection to them being evidence. Also, let me know if you're contesting the case or not. And is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case?
I do have a quick question.
Sure.
Are they, okay, so I know that we're supposed to take or they're allowed to take pictures from the road. Are they allowed to zoom in to see everything?
I'm not a constitutional scholar, but
Because a lot of these are zoomed in.
but I believe the answer is yes.
Okay. I also have.
I mean,
pictures of my
and let
own.
me put it, let me actually also say, I always encourage you to retain your own counsel, because I can't be your lawyer.
Right.
I'll just say that I'm not going to not admit it on that grounds.
Okay. I also have pictures of my own.
Okay.
To submit as well.
So are you contesting the violation?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So first, I always let the county present first, just so I understand what their case is, and I am glad that you have your own, and I'll allow you to introduce those. But do you have any objection to what has been presented to you as Exhibits A or B? I understand
It's
you
all
probably
A,
want to
B,
talk
sorry.
about them, but do you have any objection to them?
Oh, okay. Yes, I've not seen any of this, but yes, that I did have violations at this point.
I understand.
And then I've seen this as well and had all of the stuff for it.
Okay, so you don't have any objection to what has been presented, but you have additional evidence and
To
commentary to
show
make.
that I have already cleaned up and everything.
Got it.
as
All
well.
right. So I'll admit Exhibits A and B, but I'll wait for Ms. Damaris to present her case as well. They're already admitted. And I'm just going to take a moment to look, Mr. Norman, before I hear more. So let me just wrap my mind around this. Okay.
On January 22nd, 2024, I conducted an initial inspection for a complaint of junk and debris at the property. I found the property being in violation due to improperly stored junk and debris and household trash throughout the property. The property remained in violation of my corrective action inspection conducted on February 26, 2024, and as of March 19th, 2024, the property remains in violation. I have not had any contact with the property owners.
Okay. So, Mr. Maris, now I'd love to hear from you, and if you wish to introduce photos, what I'd ask you to do is show them to Mr. Norman, and we'll see if the county has any objection to them as well. And you are aware that they will stay here if I admit them in evidence?
Yes, that's
Okay,
fine.
all right. When did you take the photos you're seeking to admit?
Yesterday.
Okay. After Mr. Norman came by?
No, we haven't been in contact with each other because every time he comes
Well, I
over,
assume
I'm
if they don't
always
show a
wondering.
violation, then they're probably after Mr. Norman came, because he came
I'm sure.
around, his photos are timestamped 1:30 PM yesterday.
Okay, and about 12:30 actually.
Oh, you took yours an hour before this?
Yes.
Wow, okay.
I know, you have to sit down.
Okay.
Go ahead. Sit.
Let me take a look here. All right, is there any objection from the county on these photos? All right, I'm going to exit them. I'm going to admit them as Exhibit C, all right? And tell me your version of it's your contention that as of yesterday, there's no violation on your property, correct?
Yes.
All right. Now, you've said that these photos were taken around 12:30. These appear to have been taken around 1:30. Does that square with is this accurate?
The time date stamps are accurate.
Ms. Maris, what I'll say is, I don't see much of a violation.
Right.
But I do see a violation, and I want to talk to you about it. The reason why, and Mr. Norman may have something else to contribute, but what I see in the photos is I do see just a little bit of stuff strewn by the front door, and I'm going to show you these photos so you can see what I'm talking about. Near a cooler and a bucket. And granted, I I can only see it because it is zoomed in, but also near the garbage cans, there appears to be a,
Pool, I'm thinking.
like a tarp type thing, bag,
It's a
blue.
pool. We take it out every.
It's a what?
summer. A pool.
Oh, it's a pool.
Yes. We
It's
take
an
it out every-
uninflated pool.
Yes, we-
Gotcha. All right. Okay. That makes sense. And what else is there, Mr. Norman, in your, from your perspective?
So there's tires that are being stored in the rear of the property. There's also
I see, okay.
glass and stuff that's on the side of the porch, as well as some miscellaneous stuff that's kind of in that same area.
Do you
right there.
consider any of the toys?
I don't.
Okay.
I really don't consider toys to be junk and debris. If they appear to be
I don't either.
broken
just-
and discarded, at that point I would, but none of those appear to be as such.
So the tires, do you know what he's talking about?
Yes, and I'm pretty sure, because my husband, he moved those as well, but I don't know where he moved them to and if they're out of view, because those are actually still, tires that we use. He has the truck in the picture.
Well, if they get put in the shed, that's not a problem.
Okay.
Or in a garage, that's not a problem. But as long as they're outside like that, they do violate the statute.
Okay.
Just FYI.
It's understandable.
And frankly, that's true of a lot of this. If you get all this stuff I'm talking about inside, it goes away.
Right.
And it looks like you have actually made some significant efforts towards this. Have you heard what Mr. Norman put on the record? Because I do find that it's not a big violation.
Right.
Of all the cases I've had today, this is the smallest one. But it is a violation. So what I
That's
need to
fine.
know is how much time you need just to take care of these last remaining things.
30 days, like,
Yeah.
it doesn't need that much.
Okay, what's the county's recommendation?
Citrus County Code Compliance Division would like to request that the special master assess a fine of $100 per day along with the administrative cost to begin after the date that you deem sufficient to abate this violation. This amount was selected based on the actions of the property owners once they revised the violation, and this amount is appropriate given the severity of the violation and the respondent's actions relative to this violation. We would also ask that the special master additionally finds the respondent's responsibility to contact the Code Compliance Division once the violation has been abated in order to allow for reinspection.
I think you need 2 days. I'm going to grant you 30. I mean, you're in good shape. If it's not brought into compliance as ordered, $100 per day.
Thank
Okay?
you.
All right, thank you.
Unless you wanted to have any other witnesses testify.
What do you think? Do you think the house is clean?
Okay.
There we go.
All right, well, good. With your help, it will be. All right. Thanks.
Thank you.
Next case is Lois Beasley, case numbers 2023-01031, 2023-01057, 2024-00196, and 2024-00197. Code Officer Julie Wilkinson, pages 5, 6, 7, and 8 of your agenda.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? so help
Yes,
you God?
ma'am.
Would you like to sit?
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. Good morning.
Morning.
Are you Miss Beasley?
I am.
Okay, welcome.
What's left of me?
Yeah. All right, there's two different properties here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are they adjacent?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Julie Wilkinson, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer. Case number 23-01031, accumulation of junk and debris, a violation of Chapter 20, Article 3, Section 20-31A of the Citrus County Code of Ordinances. And case number 23-01057, unlicensed inoperable vehicle, a violation of Chapter 20, Article 4, Section 20-41 of Citrus County Code of Ordinances. That address is 10431 West Palmetto Street, Homosassa. Property owner is Lois Beasley. I have a signed certified mail, I have good service via signed certified mail return receipt. I would like to authenticate the following and request they be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A, photos taken during initial inspection on October 16th, 2023. A corrective action inspection on February 2nd, 2024.
Bless you.
And photos of my final inspection conducted March 19th, 2024. Exhibit B, a copy of the notices of violation, a copy of the notice of hearing, copy of the general pre-hearing order, and copies of the signed certified mail return receipt. Case number 24-00196. accumulation of junk and debris, a violation of Chapter 20, Article 3, Section 20-31A of the Citrus County Code of Ordinances, in case number 2400197, unlicensed inoperable vehicle, a violation of Chapter 20, Article 4, Section 20-41 of the Citrus County Code of Ordinances. That address is going to be 10452 West Palmetto Street, Homosassa. Property owner is Lois Beasley. I have good service via posting the notice of hearing at the property and at the Lecanto Government Building. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request they be admitted into evidence. Photos taken during an initial inspection on February 2nd, 2024, and corrective action, photos from a corrective action inspection on February 22nd, 2024, and photos from a final inspection conducted on March 19th, 2024.
Okay. Ma'am, I'd like to ask you to take a look at these documents. You're being presented with proposed exhibits in each of the 3 cases, and to let me know whether you have objections, or to let me know also if you're contesting the cases.
I'm not
You're not contesting?
No. and-
Okay, all right.
And I know.
All right,
But I have been cleaning it up. I've been getting dumpsters whenever I can afford it.
Yep.
Because I'm disabled. I let my kids stay there, and they've done.
all right. Well,
Because
so-
I've never been in front of nobody like this ever before.
Well, then let me start first by saying no one's taken you away. So,
Yeah.
But I'm going to admit what's been proposed as Exhibits A and B in each of the cases. I am going to look through them just so that I understand what's going on. How many vehicles are subject to the vehicle case?
There is one.
I see a Ford Explorer.
They're moving around. Throughout my inspections, they move from one of the property to the other. They
I
just change
see.
location.
Well, I see an Explorer, a Corolla, a Coachman.
There's
I see
R-
3 vehicles.
And there was an RV, 2 RVs, but one of the RVs has since been demolished.
Okay. So there's up to 3 at issue.
Yes.
More or less. Okay. All right, I'm now looking at junkyard conditions case in the,
Thank you.
Yes.
so I've got 2. So you're presenting 2 unlicensed vehicle cases and 2 junkyard condition cases?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, that clears up my confusion. Ms. Beasley, what were I see some old metal drums, containers, if you will. What was in those, do you know?
I don't know what they brought up there.
Hopefully not people.
No, they're not that cruel yet, or I'd probably be in one.
Let's see. I mean, it looks like there's a substantial amount of work here. This is not a 30-day project.
I know, I'm gonna need as much time as you can give me, because like I said, I'm on disability.
Yeah.
I begged them to get them vehicles out of there. And
How are you going to get rid of the vehicles?
I'll call somebody, tell them to come and get them.
Okay.
And then, I mean, they're on my property, they're unlicensed. Will I go to jail for that? I mean, I'm trying.
Does the sheriff's office have a position on explosives used to destroy cars?
But anyways, last week I got a dumpster.
Okay.
Okay, and I asked them, I'm not able to get out there and do it, or I would. If I was there, it would have never got like that.
Yeah. Are you, you're not residing on the
And
property?
I can't live with my daughter-in-law.
Okay.
I mean, she's had about 14 dogs in the house.
Mhm.
You know, I don't live in that conditions. But they got rid of all their animals.
Let me ask you, did I ask if the public, is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on these cases? Okay. Let me first find out, what's the county's recommendation on these cases?
It's gonna be $100 per day for each
Okay.
case.
Thank you for cutting to the chase,
Yeah.
by the way. This is a tough one because this is a pretty bad junk, these are pretty
I
bad
know,
junk cases. All right, so on the unlicensed vehicles, what I'm gonna do though is I'm going to grant 45 days on each of those.
For the
okay?
vehicles?
The unlicensed and junk vehicle ones, so that's gonna be case number 24-197 and 23-1057. Okay. The other cases, the junk cases, you heard me speak earlier about kind of the timing of this. We're getting into a time period
I
where
know, the mosquitoes and,
it becomes a health issue
I
for
know.
you and for them and for the public.
well, what I'm gonna try to do, I'm gonna try to get a dumpster next week.
Mhm.
And get it in there, and then I'm gonna get somebody, I've even tried hiring the homeless people.
Mm.
They'll work 30 minutes and then they want you to give them money so they can go buy booze
Right.
and stuff, you know?
Uh,
But I'm gonna get somebody in there that knows what they're doing with the backhoe and just,
Ms. Wilkinson, is there one property that seems to be a worse property in terms of junk than the other?
No, they're pretty
Yeah,
even. They're,
okay.
yeah.
they're both messed up.
All right, then in junk case 24-196, I'm going to grant 45 days, but stay with me. If it's not brought in compliance as ordered, $100 per day. On the other junk case, 23-1031, I'll grant 90 days. So the idea that I'm thinking is y'all really focus on that first one, first 45 days, and then get the other one done. And you've got a
just
little more time.
Keep getting dumpsters
Okay.
and,
If any of them are not brought into compliance as ordered within the times permitted, $100 per day.
and they're gonna get done.
Good, I'm
Because,
glad.
and them junk cars will probably be out of there today when I get home.
Thank you and good luck, okay?
Miss Julie, can you write that down for me so I don't?
You'll get written orders.
You'll get something.
All right,
Thank you.
in the mail?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, thanks.
Thanks.
Next case, Stephen Roger Clark and James Ryan, case number 2024-00188, Code Officer Cody McGuire, page 10 of your agenda.
Cody McGuire, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer, case number 202400188. Accumulation of junk and debris, a violation of Chapter 20, Article 3, Section 20-31A of the Citrus County Code of Ordinances. Address is 10085 West Riverwood Drive, Christopher, Florida. Property owner Clark Stephen Roger and Ryan James. Goods service via signed certified mail return receipt and posting at the Canto Government Building. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request they be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A, photos taken during initial inspection on February 2nd, 2024, corrective action inspection on February 26th, 2024, and my final inspection on March 19th, 2024. Exhibit B, copy of the notice of violation, copy of the notice of hearing, copy of the signed certified mail return receipt, and a pre-hearing order.
Is there anyone from the public who wants to be heard on this case? All right, I'll no longer ask. I don't see any folks from the public. Exhibits A and B are admitted without objection. Please proceed.
Okay. On February 2nd, 2024, I conducted initial inspection and observed the property to be in violation. A notice of violation was issued for junkyard conditions, which is a violation of the ordinance listed above. On February 26th, I conducted a corrective action inspection and observed the property remained in violation. I have had contact with the property owner who said he was going to get all the junk removed. And as of my final inspection on March 19th, 2024, the property remains in violation.
What's the county's recommendation?
$100 per day.
I'll grant 45 days and $100 per day. Adopt standard order provisions. Thanks.
Thank you.
Next case, Wyatt Edwards, case number 2024-11, case, Code Officer Alan Jonason, page 20 of your agenda.
Citrus County, Alan Jonason, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer, case number 202400011, accumulation of junk and debris, a violation of Chapter 20, Article 3, Section 20-31A of the Citrus County Code of Ordinances. Address is 6877 North Bighorn Point, Hernando, Florida. Property owner is Edwards Wyatt. I have good service via posting the notice of hearing on the property and posting into the Lecanto Government Building. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request that they be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A, photos taken during my initial inspection on 10 January 2024, photos from a compliance inspection on 12 February 2024, and photos from my final inspection conducted on 19 March 2024. Exhibit B, a copy of the notice of violation, a copy of the notice of hearing, a copy of the posting affidavit, photo of the notice of hearing posted on the property, and a copy of the pre-hearing order.
Okay. Exhibits A and B are admitted without objection. Thank you.
On 10 January 2024, I conducted my initial inspection and observed the property to be in violation. On 10 January 2024, a notice of violation was issued for junkyard conditions, which is a violation of the ordinance mentioned earlier. On 12 February 2024, I conducted a compliance inspection and observed that the property remained in violation. I have not had contact with the property owner, and as of my final inspection on 19 March 2024, the property remains in violation.
What's the county's recommendation?
$100.
Okay, it'll be $100 and 30 days.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next case, Floyd E. and Alice M. Nelson, case number 2024-99, Code Officer Julie Wilkinson, page 25 of your agenda.
Julie Wilkinson, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer. Case number 240099, accumulation of junk and debris, a violation of Chapter 20, Article 3, Section 20-31 of the Citrus County Code of Ordinances. The address is 6722 South Wald Point, Homosassa, Florida. Property owner is Floyd E. and Alice M. Nelson. I have good service via signed certified mail return receipt. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request that they be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A, photos taken during initial inspection on January 18, 2024, corrective action inspection on February 12, 2024, and photos of my final inspection conducted on March 19, 2024. Exhibit B, a copy of the notice of violation, a copy of the notice of hearing, a copy of the general pre-hearing order, and a copy of the signed certified mail return receipt.
Exhibits A and B are admitted without objection. What's the county's recommendation?
$100 a day.
Any contact with the owner?
I have had contact with the niece of the owner who informed me that the owners have passed away and that squatters are living in the house.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see a sign in the door?
I
Or
did.
a window?
I didn't notice it until after I was looking at the photos back at the office and I tried to zoom in to read it,
This
but
message
then
is for you. Or honey, rival?
yeah, that's as far as I could get.
Okay. Is to you.
And this is I see you or something.
Okay. Yes, you're right. I see you. All right. So, to the best of your knowledge, it's not directed to you at any rate.
Yeah, I hope not. Even
Okay.
if it is, I don't care.
All right. Squatters. Ooh. So you've had contact with the niece
Mhm.
of the deceased owners,
Yes.
and is she or anyone else going to claim possession or, try to do something about this?
She says they're trying to do something about that, but there's some kind of like missing will or something. I don't really understand how all that stuff works.
I wish I didn't. All right. 45 days, $100.
Thank you.
Last case, Bruce William Payne Sr. and Shirley T. Pittman, case number 2023-1224. Code Officer Brandon Norman, page 26 of your agenda.
Okay.
Brandon Norman, Citrus County Code Compliance Officer. This is for case 2023-01224, accumulation of junk and debris, violation of Chapter 20, Article 3, Section 20-31A of the Citrus County Code of Ordinances. This is for address 1080 North Beach Park Drive in Inverness, Florida. Property owner Payne Bruce Williams Sr. and Pittman Shirley T. I have good service via signed certified mail return receipt for a continuation letter. I would like to authenticate the following documents and request they be admitted into evidence. Exhibit A will be photos taken during the initial inspection on November 21st, 2023, my corrective action inspection on January 8th, 2024, my final inspection done yesterday, March 19th, 2024. Exhibit B will be a copy of the notice of violation, a copy of the notice of hearing, a copy of the pre-hearing order, a copy of the continuation letter, and a copy of the signed certified mail return receipt.
Okay. Exhibits A and B are admitted without objection.
As of my last inspection, they've erected a fence to try and hide some of the debris. While I couldn't get a photo of it, it's my belief that the items that I photographed are still behind that fence, based on the condition of the rear of the property. I have had contact with the property owners. They're aware. They requested a continuance, saying that they were evicting some tenants. That wasn't.
They sought a continuance from you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stating that they were trying to evict tenants. There are no tenants at that property. The person who requested the continuance he's the person that's there, so.
Oh. Do you know if there are kids on the property?
I do believe there are kids there. I haven't seen them firsthand, though.
It looks like this case has gone on for a while.
Yes, I had it for a Lanza violation initially, and that's what started the junk violation.
Okay.
They did abate the Lanza violation. Obviously, the junk still remains.
You said Lanza?
Oh, I'm sorry, a land use violation for animals.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had a few pigs on the property.
Yeah, I saw some ducks or something too, and
Yeah.
good
He
stuff.
says the ducks weren't his, but every time I went there, they were there, so. Yeah.
Hmm.
I've worked with them and tried to give them as much time as possible, but
Yep.
we're just at that point.
What's county's recommendation?
We're requesting $150 a day.
30 days, 150.
Thank you.
Is that the last?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is there anything else that anyone else needs to bring up at this hearing? All right, then the time is about 11:47. This hearing is adjourned.